Are back. Go ahead,
All right.
GM.
This is Dresden. Or no, God, we did Dresden. This is Delta Green. Oh, they both start with a D, and now I'm getting all confused. This is Delta Green, session 0,
I mean, everything
where we
starts with a
build.
D when you think about it.
Where we're gonna build Kizik's character, and we're gonna build new characters. If anybody wants to make a younger character, because I didn't tell you guys this before, but I think I'm getting to the point where I want this storyline that we're gonna go on to be happening now in 2023. So if you guys want to make a newer character that's in his 20s or early 30s in 2023, we can absolutely do that. But Kizik, last time in session -1, we built characters, and then we went to 2002 in Kandahar. And we were there with a group of Green Berets as they got sent on a mission to find a lost platoon, an infantry platoon. So our players took Black Hawk helicopters and flew them to the caves of Kandahar, trying to find this platoon. And after marching for days, they ended up finding a trail of pieces that led to the opening of a cave. And then outside of the cave, one of their buddies, I think his name was Dan, he got a spear right to the chest and died. And this massive Yeti thing came out of the cave, and the Green Berets mow it down with their weapons and kill it. But when they were reported back in, some spooks show up, and they bag up the body, and they take it. So Bob was one of those Green Berets, as was Sergeant Hammer. So Craven, what are you going to do with this new information? Are you making a new person?
Yeah, he's gonna be the same person. It's just gonna be my kid. I may change some stats, but I don't really intend to. But throughout the episode, Kizik Bob showed himself to be just a terrible soldier. He didn't pay attention. Other soldiers got killed due to his negligence and his distracting of the other players, or I'm sorry, soldiers. And at every moment we expected him to take the bullet, and he didn't. And then the spear came through, and instead of striking him true, it hit someone else. I, Major Hammer, have been waiting 20 years for him to step out of line and bring this story to its close.
Didn't we establish at the end of the episode that Bob went straight to whatever their new propaganda news thing was and basically leaked the whole story of what really happened?
He went on Joe Rogan.
We still think he wants to change it, so we're going to say 20 years later, Bob thinks it's safe to tell everyone about the Kandahar Giant.
It's a little bit more than that, but yes, that's what's going to happen to bring everything back together. There is more plot to it. I'll get into it later, but basically, if we want to, Kizik, do you have a PDF copy of the character sheet, or I need to send a new one?
I have one of those. I'm also looking through the book trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay. Well, yeah, for starting a character, we're going to start on page 14 of the Agent's Handbook.
I'll be right back.
Damn it. I wish you wouldn't leave. We went over some house rules last time, and I want to make sure that everybody knows that rolling a 69 is a crit success at our house table here. And then we're going to use a luck mechanic like we did in Cthulhu, where I'm going to have everybody roll a luck stat of 3d6, and we'll multiply that by 5. Everybody gets that as a luck. And then we'll use the luck mechanic from Call of Cthulhu, where you can burn luck to make a pass happen, or you can roll luck to see if you have something like with you or in your pockets.
Sounds good. What kind of environment are we going for?
So, Delta Green is all about your profession. So, the environment that we're actually playing in is the Appalachian or Blue Ridge Mountains in 2023, if that helps you choose a character.
I'm gonna be a firefighter.
So the assumption in Delta Green is that you've got a profession that ties into the government somehow. Check out professions on page 20 just to get a good look at them. But usually Delta Green assumes that your character's got some like college and knows their shit.
On page 23, it says I can be a firefighter. That's an additional profession, though.
Ah, okay. Gotcha. Oh, additional. So it's okay. Tracking.
The before X, what did you do?
Right. So I think we did that too with your bonus skills. So like yeah, we'll get to bonus skills. Craven, are you rolling stats or are you past that point now?
I'm just keeping my original one. I'm just gonna say that it's still his son. Just, you know, the original guy moved up to major, and this is still sergeant. So I think that's how we had it before, right?
Okay. So are you like note down that your bond then you're creating a bond with your father, the major?
Yep.
Okay. Bonds are a really important aspect of Delta Green. When you lose sanity,
do you have my first character sheet?
do I have it?
Yeah, it's not here.
I don't
Or
think
we not put it in here. We had it.
Yeah,
up,
I don't think you ever sent me one.
okay. I will note it.
Can I be an anthropologist then? If we're in rural Appalachia, like I can be studying some.
Wait, we're in rural Appalachia? Are we playing Fallout 76?
So in the current game in 2023, we will end up in Appalachia.
You're gonna make us play 76, right? Like that's the thing we're gonna do together.
I don't know.
Kizik and I are gonna do it now. We're talking about fighting mythical, magical creatures in Appalachia. This is a video game already. This exists.
I'm glad you're excited for this.
I'm excited for this.
Hey, I'll be
So
right
you
back.
left. God damn it. Well, he's already
wait.
heard this part. No,
All right,
it's
good,
okay.
good. Thank you.
So we were talking about house rules right after you left the first time, where I said rolling a 69 is a crit success. We already talked about that, but I'm adding 2 new ones. Luck. We're going to do the Call of Cthulhu luck mechanic. So I need you to roll 3d6, multiply that result by 5, and that'll be your luck score.
Mm-hmm.
That luck will be used, like you can burn it to make things a success, or we're going to roll against it to find out if you've got something with you or need something to happen or blah, 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 blah.
Okay. Is this a burnable trait, or is this...
It is burnable and also recoverable. So, try to help me remember that at the end of sessions, we will roll, like do the recovery thing that we did at Cthulhu. And for everything that you guys fail, right, you have that little box next to the skill.
Mm-hmm.
If you fail that skill check during the session, you mark that box. And then when we do our recovery, we'll roll those skills that have checkboxes and your luck. And if you roll over those skills, then you can add 1 to each of those. I'm also going to add that. Go ahead and roll 1d8 and add that to your hit points. Everybody gets a d8.
I'm rolling a new character, so I'm trying to play catch up, so hold on.
Okay.
And you want 4d6 for the luck?
So it's 3d6, multiply that by 5 for luck.
Oh, well, that's easy. 50.
That's perfect.
I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to do math. Oh wait, no, that comes out pretty good. All right.
I also have a 50.
Awesome.
There's no yes,
So, 'cause-
yes, please for the sex box.
No, it's male or female.
All right, so I can put these stats anywhere I want, and then I need ×5, and then I need to go grab the distinguishing features, which is on another page. Correct?
Distinguishing features.
We had like a chart we grabbed that off of last time.
Yep, I'm going to find that on the table here. I think everything starts on page 14, so let me get to there.
That's why I'm doing my stats right now. So I'm going to roll that
Yeah.
butcher guy that we talked about. I even named him. Let me look him up real quick.
You did name him. I have it written down too. Chad Dolan.
Yep, there he is, Chad Nolan. He became tangled up in Delta Green by complete accident. He blows shit up when everything starts going awry. So he needs to have a good stat for blowing shit up. That's intelligence, isn't it?
No, that's going to be one of your profession skills. You're going to need to get that from your profession.
Oh, that's right. It doesn't use your statistics in conjunction with your skills in this system. That's important. So, but intelligence gives me more skill points. Correct?
Nope, your profession does. Because everybody gets 8 bonus, no matter what.
Okay, so it really doesn't matter where I stick these.
I mean, it's going to when I ask you to make a strength check or an intellect check, but not for like bombing something.
Yeah, but I mean,
That would have its own stat.
It's like a D100 roll, so it's difference. It makes no difference with as close as my rolls came out. I think I'm just going to put them in the order that I rolled them in and say you don't get to choose what you're born with.
So you roll in 4d6, dropping the third, so you've got like a 9 to a 15 for your stats.
I have a 7 in there. That's my outlier. And the rest are like 9, 10, and 12. Ooh, my POW is going to end up being 7. That's going to hurt later on. I'm literally putting him in the order I rolled him in. Once again, you don't get to choose.
All right. So, yeah, 4d6 drop the lowest. You roll that 6 times. You assign those to strength, constitution, dexterity, intelligence, power, charisma. You assign those scores. Then we go to derived attributes on page 18. Where's that? Here. So your HP is your strength score plus your con divided by 2. Round it up. And then we were just talking about a house rule of 1d8. Add 1d8 to that HP. Your WP, your willpower, that equals power score. Then your sanity is your power times 5.
I have very low sanity. which kind of makes sense for a butcher slash hitman.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your breaking point? That's your starting sanity minus your power.
Not very high. 28.
Oh boy.
Yeah, sanity's 35.
See, I think when shit hits the fan and you go absolutely bonkers and start shooting like into the air, I think it's fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So, well, I'm playing this character as though he is, Joe the Butcher by day and 47 Hitman by night. So that kind of tracks, because when things go to shit when you're playing Hitman, it always digresses into, all right, well, the machine gun's coming out.
Yeah, perfect.
Was that a waiter or the target? Doesn't matter, saw it in half.
Burn it to the ground.
Yep. Oh, God, if he gets a flamethrower. All right, let's go back to here. I've calculated my attributes. I need to select my profession and my skills.
Yeah. Page 20.
So I wanted to do a custom profession from him, but for the sake of like saving time, could I perhaps just choose criminal and then add in a couple of like flavor skills to... Oh, those are additional professions. It doesn't say it isn't a full thing. Anyway, I like to just choose criminal and then like tweak it just ever so slightly, to make him more. Actually, it already kind of fits pretty well. If there is, let me look at the stat sheet. Is there some sort of like disguise stat? Yeah, there is. He should probably have disguise as a pickable skill.
What do you do your grocery stuff at? Like, what skill is that?
I mean, obviously that's melee. He's a butcher.
No, you said like owning a grocery store.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
not
But
melee.
he's actually like he's a butcher. That's what he does. Like he has a butcher shop. He doesn't sell like carrots. He sells steak. It's not human. Doesn't do that. That'd just be weird. Until he snaps.
So I was asking, like, the skill related to running a store more than anything else.
I mean, you could take criminology and replace it with something like that, but I don't see. I guess you could put accounting or something in there.
Bureaucracy.
Yeah, bureaucracy in there. You could swap that out. I'm thinking he'll take lock picking for his choose two from, and then he'll take disguise. Oh, but pharmacy would be good for poisoning people. So I want him to like his A plan is always to make a trap or a poison of some kind that kills him, like, the Hitman way, and he always falls back to blowing shit up. Oh, he needs explosives. Damn it, this is getting complicated.
So Kizik, the skills, Humint, the one that says Humint, it's on the second row. That's your like seeing if someone's lying to you or trying to hide something from you. And then Sigint on the third row, that's signal intelligence. So that's something like somebody writes a petroglyph in the dirt, or you're trying to use cryptography or something to decipher a message.
I think I'm going to take it as is and use my 8 pickable skills to flesh it out.
So I have my raw stats. I have my derived attributes. Now I'm picking a profession. Correct?
Yes. Pick a profession. Your profession choice also dictates the number of bonds you have, and bonds can be pretty important.
Can I be an anthropologist?
Yes, I'm okay with that. So that kind of dictates everything. But you get a kit of skills with scores that replace the default numbers. So don't add to yet. They replace your profession skills replace those default numbers. But then later on you get a bonus skill, or 8 skills really, that you add 20 points to each. You just can't go higher than an 80% during character creation.
I want to point out a mistake I made when I made my first character, Kizik. This is not a game of difficulty levels. If you haven't put something to an incredibly high percentage, it's practically worthless. Because the difficulty of it just doesn't change. You want to shoot somebody, you need to make that percentage, that 20% it starts, or 40% or whatever you change it to. That's the stat, period, the end. It's one of my only peeves about this system is that is a 1950s way of working an RPG, and it doesn't work, in my opinion, very well.
So I've looked into that, and I'm going to change it by giving you plus or minus 20% like Bane or Boon. So if you've taken an aim, you're going to get plus 20%, or if he's dodging or getting behind cover, it's a minus 20%. If you're exhausted...
But that was already in the rules.
Yeah, but I need to use that more often. So, things do change.
We were using it last time, and that only helps for things that they gave specific examples of. I kept failing a flight roll that I had put a significant amount of percentage into. Because
40%.
Well, that's a significant amount of percentage when you only have 8
that's
points.
2, yeah.
Right. You're failing something you've put points into because it's not a super high percentage, and that discourages you from breaking the mold. My take on it is you need to say, okay, these are my skills, and you need to pick a very finite number of them and get them to really high percentages. That's just the lesson I learned during our last session. And I think that it's valid, and I think that Craven's going to agree with me. You need really high percentages in the things that you're going to do. And that's going to limit the number of things you can do.
Did you add a D8 to your hit points yet?
I did, but I still only have 18 hit points.
I did, and I got 19 hit points.
Ooh.
Oh, we lost Craven.
So I put the professional skills, I choose 2, and I'm adding 20 to a bunch of other things.
Yeah, so you pick 8 skills that are bonus skills, and you can add 20 points to each. You can't go higher than an 80% total. But there's also these kits in the book that you can pick from that just gives you ideas for them. Optional bonus skill point packages here on page 27. So you can be like, well, before I was a Delta Green agent, I was an athlete, and so the 8 bonus skills that I get are alertness, athletics, dodge, first aid, blah blah blah, and those you add 20 points to each. You don't have to do these packages. You can pick any 8 that you want.
That's the points that I'm going to use to flesh out my character to be the character I want him to be. Other than that, I'm just using the archetype that I've chosen and filling in everything.
I like one of the skill point packages is liberal arts degrees. It's just pick any other 3 liberal arts.
Sorry, I had to step away for a second. I smelled something like fire, and I was like, oh my god, what's going on? My son's cooking a pizza at 9:17 at night.
Good for him.
Yeah, he's a teenager. Oh, scared the shit out of me. Okay, so I've got all those in. I need to choose 2 from this list. I'm going to pick Disguise and Locksmith. I think those will be helpful and fit my character. Craft. Demolitions isn't an oh, demolitions is an option. Shit. All right, I'll pick demolitions. All right, GM, I got a question.
Yes.
You played Hitman, right?
Long time ago.
All right,
Played
but
the first one.
you remember the premise is to like set up these traps that kill your targets.
Okay.
Okay, you don't remember that. All right, so my question is using this system in this character sheet, if I say my character wants to rig a propane tank, no, because that's definitely going to be demolition, something more generic, wants to rig a stair to collapse and fall and someone to fall from a height because of it. Like I want to make a trap that someone's going to be killed by. What skill on applicable skill sets would I pick?
Engineering?
Let's see. I mean, like, we could talk this out during the thing, but if you wanted to do specifically a set of stairs, we could either do a straight up intelligence roll. We could do a forensics roll. If your forensics is high enough, I could take that as like, well, I just subtly cut the stairs in a way. I could also take...
So there isn't an engineering skill, but I kind of liked something like that. I was thinking about doing a craft skill and then having like trap smithing in it.
You could do it that way too.
I was thinking about doing it that way.
Yeah, craft trap.
So each point from my 8 points is 20% each point, right?
Yes. 20 points.
All right.
Craven, how's it going?
Better.
You feel better?
Had to mute a stream.
Oh, it was more than a mute.
So I don't know if you caught this, but we're going to do a luck thing. So go ahead and roll 3d6 and multiply that by 5 for your luck score, if you haven't already. We talked about house rules last time of having a 69 as a crit success, but I want to go ahead and also add that you're going to roll 1d8 and add that total to your hit points. So everybody gets 1d8 additional hit points.
Gotta figure out where I stashed my
Your character sheet.
yeah. I'm gonna make a new folder for it. Which is weird. I always make a new folder. It's weird I don't have a new folder either.
Now, I know that you said pet rock was unacceptable for main character, but what about a pet like a dog or a cat? Is that a bond?
Yeah. Yep. You can use that as a bond.
Yeah.
Just know that it'll probably be taken away from you. And you should act as though you love it. And that is the reason that you succeed or, go through the day.
I'm not going to make it easy on you.
Make it easy on me.
I know your points. I'll make it a little doggy. Let's see. I'm looking for page that has the distinguishing features on it? Do you know that off the top of your head? Oh, I found it.
Yeah.
Found it. Okay, so that's average.
So I get 2 languages being an anthropologist. I picked Spanish, but I also don't want to pick a language that nobody's ever going to ever need.
Ooh boy.
Pick Latin.
This is I'm not planning on having a lot of different languages. So I don't know how useful that's going to be for you.
Cool.
There might be something better to pick if you've got other options.
Well, the anthropologist, that's 2 of its 7 main professional skills is language.
Would you like to swap them with something else? Even if they're main anthropologist ones?
I was really going for the guy who likes country music and the music that developed in the Appalachians. But art music then doesn't also sound very helpful, unless that art is the of a shotgun. Or I could say I was a forensics anthropologist, so I could have a forensics part of that. Into the different
would
side
be
of school.
Yeah, that would be helpful. That could be extremely helpful.
So for bonds, I went with Buster the dog, Mary the elderly customer from the butcher shop, Sam the best friend, and Becca the controller, because he's an assassin. So he's got a controller lady. Does it sound acceptable to the GM?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Alright. What I need to do now... Oh, Orlando's cards have disappeared. That's fine. I don't need them right now, but I might need fresh ones. I guess I could just send you a print copy of what I got.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going on.
Okay. It's just that, for stream, I was gonna fill it in so people could see what I had so far.
Ah, I see. Well, here. Let me make a copy of these. And I'll put them here. And it helps if they're turned correctly.
Thank you.
What are distinguishing features?
Those are on... Which page was it?
I have it open. Hold on. Distinguishing...
It's on page 19. And they are if your strength is 13 through 16, it is muscular. Is for your strength. That's the distinguishing feature.
Most
if
years
your
are going
power-
to be average.
Yeah, most of them. If your power is 17 to 18, you're indomitable. Those kind of things. So it's just a quick reference.
There are also samples. You don't have to use those distinguishing features. For example, my power is really low and it says nervous on the example, but that doesn't fit my character. So I'm thinking about making him paranoid as opposed to nervous. I also think it's reasonable for his character to be paranoid, and it'll be funnier when he cracks. Or maybe obsessive compulsive. I haven't decided yet. Oh, he'd be like a OCD germaphobe. I like that. How does the GM feel about that?
You're a germaphobe that has also a butcher.
Yes, and it has OCD. But can you imagine? That is 1 gram off.
You're just gonna put that whole stake in the thing. I was looking for 1.3 pounds.
Yeah, if you think you can effectively play that, yeah, we can do that.
He's a 7, so he's not super below average. Lots of people have OCD. I'm thinking of how funny it'll be when he breaks. And that becomes, it goes from a normal thing to like a overriding thing. Because that's how I imagine when reading the book, that's how that works, right?
Yeah, when you have a bout of madness,
Yeah.
many things can happen.
Yeah, I just think that that's a lot better than nervous for his character.
Craven, where you at? You got bonds and everything?
Yeah, I can't find my character sheet, so I'm starting over.
I mean, I started over for funsies. I have a character sheet for this guy, but I like building it here better. Your starting score for your relationships is your charisma, if I remember correctly.
That is correct. Your bond score equals your charisma. It can never be higher than charisma, but you're going to be burning through those bonds to try to keep your goddamn minds.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. My character's going to lose his shit so much.
You're just not going to use your bonds?
I'm going to use them. But, like, the guy has a POW of 7. So... My starting sanity points is 35.
So do you have a mental disorder?
Not diagnosed. I mean, he's gonna have OCD. He can if you want him to.
I just want you to remember it and play it like you got to touch every doorknob or some shit like that.
Yeah. I've already got some ideas. Bald. There we go. All right, let's go down to these. So my alertness. 6 is 50. I was going to give him bureaucracy and I didn't. To figure that out. I was going to use bureaucracy instead of criminology. That's cool with you because he's running a shop.
Yes.
Alright, so criminology is 6. Let me change that. Change 60. So, let me ask you this question. Wouldn't it be better for him to use law? Because he gets
law is for like you're a police officer and you want to read somebody their Miranda rights or
Mhm.
put them in jail in a way that they can't sue you.
Yes. I understand that, but my class gets it. He gets law as a skill. And I
Oh,
was
right,
thinking-
because as a criminal, you would know what laws you can't or are breaking.
Yeah. I could leave it there, but I think that's another good candidate to be replaced with criminology because he gets a very high criminology score. I guess it doesn't matter. We would leave it like that. I think those two traits will be relatively interchangeable, though, for what we're doing. Persuade. Somehow persuasive. That's going to be fun to play. Because I've made myself sort of a awkward character, and yet my persuade is 50. There. Okay. Skills are on there. Which agency are we recruited by? Delta Green as an agency, or are we working as a subcategory?
So this is it works better if you guys are FBI agents in your normal everyday lives.
We already talked about
the
how this character
program-
isn't.
I understand that, but that's what the book is asking you to do. So if you do not want that, then you can just be picked up by the program of Delta Green, and you don't have like an agency that you are associated with. You're just associated with the program.
See, when I read the book, I didn't take that as a hard thing. Like it sounds like you did. It was one of the things where it's like you can do it this way, but you don't have to. Not that it's meant to be done this way. I thought it was just an example. Let me go back and reread. I mean, I'll have to redo this whole character if you want to do it that way. But I also don't want to throw off the campaign.
So you make whatever character you want to make. I'm going to tell you that the program of Delta Green is so secret that there is no way to bureaucratically get resources. And the best way to get resources in this game is to be a real life FBI agent and then use your bureaucracy to get a car through your FBI contacts.
So my character already works for an assassination agency that was part of his backstory, that provides him with equipment. Like he's going to start with guns, weapons, access to cars, things like that. And his agency doesn't ask questions. They're just not a government agency. But they'd have all those resources.
Just just tell me about that agency more then. If
Okay.
it's not a government agency, flesh it out.
Okay. I'll have to work on that a little bit.
If it's something that you can use as a resource, like as also a Delta Green agent, you got to flesh that out too. Can you get a helicopter from them? Would they be able to nuke someplace?
I don't know about nuking a place. I don't know how to spell assassins. I keep spelling ass on stream. It's really funny.
It's two asses. Ass in.
It's ass in.
Yeah, it's just two asses together.
Ass.
In.
And actually, that looks right. That is what it is. Oh, that's funny. He's from the USA. He's a butcher. How old is he? Is there a way to determine that in game, or just Roll the dice.
It's up to you. The year is 2023 in the game.
I'm gonna make him 36. That's what the dice say. So I did the thing. I did the Iron Man thing where I put my stats in as I rolled them. I let the dice make all the decisions on just about all this. I did selectively do my skills so the character would fit. Now I'm getting to the point where we need to figure out, like, what would he have for gear and the finishing up parts. So if I scroll back to 14, I think I've done all of these. Let me make sure I've done all my bonds and everything correctly. I did skills, I defined bonds, add final details. So you need these questions filled out from page 15.
Yes, personal details. Something you like about the character, something you dislike. Is that what that...
Yes, it's it's that stuff. How old is your agent? What does he or she look like? And what is their nationality? I just figured that part out. What's your agent's name? What's their job and personal life? I got that figured out. What does your why does Delta Green trust your agent to help with its deadly and secretive mission? I accidentally blew shit up. And why, despite all the terrifying dangers, does your agent answer the call? That actually is a good question. Let me think about that for a second. So, GM, you had asked us once upon a time whether we wanted this to be like fantasy horror stuff or sci-fi alien stuff. So the danger that Chad Nolan ran into, because I left it vague, I didn't specify what this mythical being was.
It happens during this session.
Oh.
So you can keep that open right now. And the thing that is going to bring you in as a friendly happens this session.
Okay. All right. Let me scroll to the next thing.
So I don't need to be tied to some government agency right now?
You don't have to be. It helps narratively sometimes.
The Delta Green is an agency.
It's a clandestine agency that doesn't really exist.
It's actually more like a secret society is what it is. So if you're not part of an agency, the GM's point is it's going to be really hard to pull resources. I kind of had covered that as part of my backstory. Like, I knew that was going to be an obstacle.
It is a question for Craven as well. Craven, are you still in the army?
I was planning to have Dad get me the job, but I can start with the army and then move in. Like, maybe Dad pulls strings to get me sent to this place so that I'll become an operative. I don't know.
All right, so let me set that. Maybe this will help. Colonel Greenheart, the guy that was running the Green Beret operation back in Kandahar, 2002. He is going to be the handler for you guys moving forward. So if you want to have some sort of connection back to Greenheart through your dad, and that's what... So basically, that we're going to open tonight's session in a bar in Alexandria, Virginia, with Colonel Greenheart basically sitting down with you guys and having a drink, and he's going to offer you a position. Now, getting here to this bar, I was thinking of doing it like all Cloak and Dagger style, where you guys get a letter in the mail. It's a black envelope with a green triangle on the front. And inside that envelope is an invitation to a birthday party in Alexandria at this bar at this time and date. But the birthday party is for a man named Dan Finkelberg. And that was Dan, the guy that got killed by the Yeti. in 2002. Whoever would know that or not know that, it's up to you. But that's the invitation that you get.
How did we do the score for our bond?
That is your charisma.
So if
Just
you
your charisma?
Yes.
So, 10. All right. I think I did everything.
Do you still look like this, Sergeant Steelhammer?
For today.
Oh, poor. Move
This is
more lamp
Sergeant
in here.
Mallhammer.
Sergeant.
So you said. So my original name is Steel. And it's Steel H. Hammer Jr.
Your original guy? Not tonight's guy?
Tonight's guy is Steel H. Hammer Jr.
Sergeant Steel H.
Hammer Jr. I haven't decided what the H stands for.
Heavy.
Oh, how did we distinguishing features? What was that on?
That is 18. Hold on. 19. Sample distinguishing features. So your statistic is here. If you're a 13, 16 power, you're strong-willed. 3 or 4 strength, you're feeble. Colonel Greenheart. Crotchety old man.
I sent you the newest image for Mr. Nolan.
Sweet. Let me figure out why my Discord's being a shithead. Oh, there we go. Oh, Kizik sent me a bunch of stuff too. Kizik, what are these?
I don't know if I filled anything out right, but that is Theo. Theo Raoul is a forensic anthropologist, and his wife, Dr. Jeanette Arier Raoul. She kept her last name because she's cool. And I've got a couple of other bonds. I've got my professor from college, Dr. Amanda. I've got a rather wealthy investor, Ralph Higginston, who sponsors our digs and forensic things, and I like bluegrass music. So I've got my buddy Jeb, who plays really good bluegrass music. Did I hit the mark as far as characters?
Delta Green needs its own folder. Alright, so I'm gonna have to redo some of my character's backstory to accommodate this. So I want to say that sending an assassin an invitation to a birthday party is a way that some clients contact him and say, go kill this person. But upon doing research, Chad's going to find out that that person's already dead and be intrigued enough to show up to the party. Does that work?
Yeah, that's perfect. All right, let's see if I can get Theo in here correctly. Theo. Sorry, Theo, what was your last name again?
Raul.
I'll let you write that because I spelled it wrong.
Yeah, I got Raul. That's Raul. That might be better.
Raul. Cool. Got it. Theo, Sergeant Steelhammer Jr., Colonel Greenheart, Chad Nolan. Sweet.
I figure I was doing some kind of investigation and saw something that was kind of weird, and I was about to write it up when somebody was like, here's an invitation to a birthday party. You should go there. And I've investigated enough sketchy stuff to know, like, oh man, somebody's going to take my work.
Perfect. So the invitation for Dan Finkelberg's birthday party is at a bar here right off of Duke Street in Alexandria, in Old Town Alexandria, to be precise. And you guys pull in. The party starts at 8 o'clock. Who wants to be first?
Hitmans always show up early to case the joint, but I don't go in.
So you sit out in your car?
Do a little recon. If sitting out in the car does a job, then yeah, absolutely.
Let's show up promptly at exactly 8, as in knock on the door as I'm watching the minute second.
All right. So, Theo, where would you end up being right around 8 o'clock?
Theo wants to be there at 8. His invitation's 8, but he gets a little bit turned around and is there at like 8:25. And he runs through real fast, like, hey, I'm thinking it's supposed to be here.
All right. We'll start you a little later then.
Is he a little staticky for anyone else, or is it just me?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
he was.
He was a bit staticky, yes.
Just making sure
Glad
it
it
isn't,
wasn't
'cause
just me.
I was about to say, I'm glad I didn't just open GIMP again and have all my Discord stuff go haywire.
So, Chad, you're sitting in your car. Give me a search roll or an awareness check, actually. It would be awareness.
Okay.
Sergeant Steele H. Hammer, you do the same. Search or awareness.
You mean alertness?
Alertness, my bad.
Thank you. Just making sure. I rolled an 84 and I have a skill of 50. So I needed under to pass, right?
Yes, you need under to pass.
I
Where's
don't
the
see
dice?
shit.
Got the dices.
Igor perceives nothing. Oh, you got dice.
I needed a 70. I got an 81.
All right.
So I also do not see anything.
What
No,
you
I have
do
a pretty
see
good score.
what you do see is you see a man in a car sitting across the street. He's drumming his fingers on the steering wheel, looking around. But you see him as you approach the bar here in Alexandria. But you head inside because it's right at 8 o'clock, right?
Yep, prompt.
So you walk in and there's the sound of patrons and everything. It's pretty lively in there. And there's a hostess behind a little podium. And as you walk in, she says, "Hi, how can I help you?"
Birthday party.
Is your name
The
Kevin?
birthday party. The Finkelberg party, right this way. And she brings you into the back where there's a very, very quiet little box that's been cordoned off. And it's got curtains and everything. And she leads you back and she opens the curtain. And inside is this old white-haired man. He's very stiff looking. And he's sitting there and he's got a drink in front of him. And as the door or the curtain opens, he looks at you and he's like, "Ha, I knew you'd be the first. Come in, take a seat, son."
I sit down, equally stiffly.
What can I get you to drink?
The usual.
The man with the white hair nods at the hostess, and she nods back and heads out. Chad, you saw this man, military-looking type, go into the bar. He was there promptly at 8.
Can I roll stealth to stealthily follow him?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna fail this roll, but let's do it anyway. 33. I might not fail this roll. Yeah.
Seems like a
I need a 50
crit
to
success.
pass. So, yeah. Oh, that's
You
right.
got-
Doubles or crits.
Yeah, doubles.
We're learning things. I remember that now.
So that's why he didn't see you at all, and the hostess didn't see you at all, or any of the patrons see you at all as you entered the bar. Where do you want to end up?
I want to be. So if there's a partition outside of like where he's having this conversation, I want to be like casually on the other side of the partition, looking like I belong, but trying to listen in on their conversation. It is completely okay for GM prerogative if you want to have, the magical man know I'm there. But he's doing the follow the target thing. He's very intrigued.
All right, so you're outside of this. It's basically a booth that's surrounded by curtains. The curtains are closed now, and the two men inside did. Let's say you got a good look when. I mean, you rolled a crit, so you see the old man with white hair in there, and you see Sergeant Steele Hammer Jr. walk in, and you get a good spot where you're hidden and you can eavesdrop on this conversation. So it goes kind of like this. The colonel says, "What can I get you to drink, son?" He says, "The usual." And then the waitress goes and gets it and brings it back. And the colonel waits for her to leave, and the curtain closed again. And he looks at Hammer and he says, "I got a lot to say. I kind of wish for the other guys to show up before I really commit. But I got to say, when I worked with your father, Hammer, he was a good man. And I'm hoping that was passed down in the blood. Because I'm going to need some good men for this next part."
Sir, yes, sir.
Did your dad ever say anything to you about what happened in his time in Afghanistan?
Nope, didn't really talk about it much.
Good man. It's a damn good soldier. Never fucking talk about it. That's the kind of guys that we need. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to break that rule tonight. Bringing you guys into this is going to need some explaining, I think. So, damn, where are those guys? He looks at his watch. I've heard that they're not really the late kind.
Not everyone has the proper training to be on time, sir.
Well, I don't think the other guys are military trained like we are. If I'm not mistaken, I think one's a like a professor or something like that, like a anthropologist. That's what it is. The other one, the other one's kind of got his own story. You know what? He might be out there right now. Open that curtain.
I open the curtain.
Who, me?
Standing there is Chad Nolan.
Sorry, my PDF reader has completely locked up, and I was fighting with it. My bad.
That's all right.
Yeah, so he's going to like, obviously he's being talked about, and this person is aware of his presence, so he is going to silently slip into the booth and introduce himself. No, actually, he probably wouldn't, because he doesn't trust them yet, so he's not going to tell you what his name is. He's going to be like, I believe I'm here for a birthday party. How are you gentlemen doing?
We're
I'm
also
also
here.
here for a birthday party.
Yeah, then Greenheart would nod at you. You don't know his name is Greenheart. He doesn't have like a name tag or anything on. But he's like, smart. Don't say who you are just yet. We're gonna pick some aliases when everybody gets here. I'll explain in a couple minutes, gentlemen. By the way, do you want anything to drink, Mr. You know what? We'll call you H. Start thinking of names that begin with H, because it could be important. All right, so Theo, 25 minutes. They're all like discussing shit inside, and you pull up, and the hostess, she says, "Hi, welcome in."
I've run from my car. They're looking at my watch the whole time, going, "Birthday party. I'm sorry, I'm late."
Oh, yeah, right this way. She brings you back to a booth with a curtain, pulls the curtain aside, and inside this booth, it's not cramped. It's really kind of roomy in here, but you see a white-haired man, very, very stiff. Next to him, an obviously like a bodybuilder or something. He's bald, in his 30s, and then very sweaty. And then you also see a man in what looks to be coveralls. And he's, do you have any blood on you? Your
No.
art makes it look like you've got chunks.
Good job.
Yeah. Well, I did one pass because it's a very expensive AI art generator. But yeah, he always blends in. Like, that's his thing.
Gotcha.
So he'd be wearing just regular street clothes. I wanted him to be bald, but I forgot to put that in there. But like, it's fine. He can have hair. But he is distinctive in that he is not distinctive.
Gotcha. So a man that is easily forgettable.
Yes.
Theo, what do you look like? Do you look like this?
I do.
Art?
Yeah. I'm of Hispanic descent. I've got I like my big old leather coat, but I also wear a lab coat most of the time. I am surprisingly muscular, nimble, perceptive, and surprisingly charming. Like, I rolled really well for raw stats. Like, all of those distinguishing features are the things that I have. But I'm a little bit flustered because my big find that I was really excited about just got taken away, and instead I get to come to this birthday party.
Well, you were invited to this birthday party at this bar, and this hostess just brought you back for, I mean, it's just 3 other dudes sitting in here.
Yeah, I'm
So,
birthday party again. I'm sorry, I'm late. This is a weird birthday party. I'm Theo.
whoa. The colonel, the white-haired man, he puts his hand up, and he says, "Hold on, before we do that, why don't you get a drink?" The hostess says, "Yeah, what would you like?" And she's got her little notepad in front of her. "What can I get for you?"
Do you know what an Oscoan old fashioned is?
No.
It's an old fashioned, but then you use the Mexican tequila. That's just bring me an old fashioned.
Okay, an old-fashioned with Mexican tequila. Okay.
Can you put like an agave leaf in there? It's a thing I learned. Like, oh man, they used to do it all the time back in the ancient, the native times.
I don't know if we have an agave leaf. I'll check. Thanks. Those just leaves. And you sidle into this this booth, and the curtain gets closed, and the colonel says, "Gentlemen, I don't want to trick you any more than what has to be done to get you here. I'm sorry for the Cloak and Dagger Act, but this is utmost secrecy. There's obviously not a birthday party. I'm sorry for anybody that had their hopes up. I can get you cake if you want a cake."
Hammer definitely looks a little disappointed. He thought this was a birthday party.
You didn't even bring a gift, so like...
He's not very smart. He literally, his distinctive feature is that he is slow.
You're just like your dad, which is
It
why...
gets worse. Wait till you ask me what my code name is. You said it began with an H.
Yes, let's talk about that. Here...
Wait, do all of our code names start with H or just his?
He said
All
all
of
of us
them-
should have code names that start with H.
So I'll explain this to you a little bit. I am associated with a program within the government. We do not, we're not officially associated with any branch of the government to give us a bit of protection. Because we operate outside of the normal boundaries, we have to have a lot of secrecy involved. There are things that I don't know. There are going to be things that you don't know. And if you guys are not okay with that, then you may leave. This conversation never happened, and you're free to go. But if you would like to stay, I suggest coming up with an agent name beginning with the letter H, because you are now part of H Cell within the program. Hammer, you said, sorry, Agent, you said you had an H name.
Yes.
What would that be?
I look at him a little puzzled, and I go, Hammer.
How did I guess?
I was given even odds that he was just going to say H.
we do this to protect your home lives. The more that your fellow agents know about you, the more dangerous it can become if maybe one of you flips on the rest of them. He looks like off in the distance, like he's remembering something, and he's got like a really stone cold face on.
Does that happen often?
It happens more than I would like, actually. It's part of the reason I brought you in. Anyway, before I go into further details, I brought you guys all in because of the specific set of skills that you bring to the table. Even you, over there in that nice fancy hat, I brought you in for a specific set of skills that you bring. If you do not want to deal with the secrecy or the outside of the government workings of the program, I completely understand. But I know that you've seen something. Something strange, unusual, unexplainable. And I'm telling you that here in the program, we are here to stop those threats from harming anyone here in America. Are you with me? You in the fine hat?
You're asking us if we want to stop terrorists. I'm in. I've been in.
Can I go codename Heron? The natives had a story of how the heron would bring things back from the afterlife.
Heron, Agent Heron, and he shakes your hand. welcome to H Cell.
Thanks. Still don't know exactly what I'm doing here, but it's a pleasure to meet you.
He looks at Chad Nolan.
And Chad looks back.
Agent.
Let's go with Husky for the time being.
You could have gone Hitman.
I could have, but I looked up actual code names for different things, and I liked the one that I found.
Agent Husky.
Yeah, there's a program called Husky Ace that is a nuclear testbed program that's decommissioned, and I thought it was interesting. I'm going to read up on it later. Anyway, I'm a little confused. So, metagame wise, he hasn't seen anything supernatural yet. You said that all that would happen during this episode. So the backstory I gave you didn't happen.
It hasn't happened yet. That was the backstory you gave me about the hotel, leveling it and seeing something crazy. That's going to happen this episode. But say, maybe he says instead of you seeing something, you believe in something beyond the natural dealings on this planet. And that's why he brought you in. That you're a believer.
All right. Let's say hypothetically I'm in. I do a job for you. I generally work outside of the parameters of the law. Is that going to be a problem?
What is hardest for our agents within the program is to remain outside of the law. Sometimes you will have to do things that are despicable. And you'll have to cover them up.
I have no qualms about either of those issues. All right, I'm in for the time being.
It's for the greater good, right, sir?
Yeah.
Theo's eyes are wide open as he's looking between these two guys.
Agent Heron, you've been brought in for your specific set of skills as an anthropologist. And I'll explain to you why. There is a place in the Appalachian Mountains called Two Oaks. It's a valley within the valley of the Shenandoah. It's about 4 miles wide and 23 miles long, and it actually faces north to south. It's a very strange geological anomaly. What's even stranger is the history of Two Oaks. It is a place that was first surveyed by George Washington when he was a young man, and played a pivotal role in America's Revolutionary War. It's been part of the backbone of the West Virginia, Tennessee area, and it's also been a hotbed of alien activity. Sightings, dissections, livestock mutilations, disappearances, lost time, abductions, maybe. A hotbed of this activity has been occurring since 2002. When they are sighted, the phenomenon are green orbs floating through the air. These green orbs are always accompanied by something strange happening to the citizenry of Two Oaks. I've brought you in tonight, gentlemen, because I had an agent, 3 agents to be exact, stationed in Two Oaks for the past 2 years. They were undercover as USPS agents, or USPS workers. And for 2 years, these 3 gentlemen ran interference in Two Oaks. They studied the phenomenon of the green orbs, and they also helped the citizens of Two Oaks get through their trauma any way that they could. What was reported back to me has been, well, not much has been reported back to me. One of the 3 agents, his name was Agent Royale, is here in Alexandria. The other 2 agents, Agent Red and Agent Ringo, they're still in Two Oaks, but they've gone silent. I've got a feeling that they're dead. I think that Royale killed Ringo and Red. And, well, I'll be honest with you. So, Royale went on the Joe Rogan podcast and blabbed a bunch of shit about 2002 in Kandahar. We can't have this happening. So Royale's got to go.
He needs to have an accident.
He needs to be sanitized. Which is why I brought you in, and he nods at you. You have a particular set of skills that can do this.
Accidents happen. Sometimes there's nothing left.
I brought Hammer in for his familial ties to Agent Royale. And yeah, this is what I need to do. Or this is what needs to happen. Agent Royale is in a hotel just next door here in Alexandria. I know he is because of the GPS tracker in his body. The other 2 agents physically are still located in Two Oaks, but they've gone quiet. I have no idea what's going on up there. 2 nights ago, Royale went on the podcast and blabbed about Kandahar. I had to mobilize and get you guys here, which I appreciate your joining me. Agent Heron, I believe that anything that Agent Royale has with him in the hotel, you'd be able to decipher, try to figure out what's going on with him and why he's bugged out and been a problem now. Do you guys have any questions?
So, collateral damage?
I would appreciate it if there was none.
That's obviously always the goal, but if there is...
I'd like to see the stuff that he has on him, like whatever he's carrying. I think that's why I'm here, is to try to decipher. Like maybe he's got some notes or something. Don't blow up those notes, please. And I'm looking quickly between the other 2 agents, Hammer and Husky.
Hammer and Husky, you should know that Agent Royale is considered armed and extremely dangerous. Because the other 2 agents are no contact, I have to assume that they are dead.
So prejudice. Extreme prejudice.
Extreme prejudice, but also know that, like, Royale had a family. This does throw a wrench in things because his wife back at home was a federal lawyer, some attorney. She's got fucking ties to the New York Times. So this could get kind of loopy if things go weird. But look, if the man
Are we just doing the agent, Royale, or do you need us to also clean up his family?
if it gets bad enough, he looks at you and he's like, everything's on the table. This is the kind of program that we're in. But I don't want things to get that bad. Look, worst comes to worst, just blow the whole fucking building. I don't care.
We'll call that Plan B, and I will take care of Plan B.
Do we have a gear allowance?
He looks at you and he looks at the drinks that are on the table and he's like, I paid for drinks already. What more do you want?
Weapons, explosives, body armor, weapons.
These are the things, I assume that you have these things as an agent. You're saying that you don't have these things?
Oh, I didn't know if I had them or not. We have the same gear we had on the last time.
I mean, you might. I'm putting together my guys' a normal set of gear all right now. I'm having trouble finding poison though.
Yeah, I don't know if poison's up in here. I haven't looked specifically for poison.
For narrative purposes, can we say that he just has an air gun with an improvised poison in it? Something that would kill quickly but not necessarily be undetectable.
Why don't we? So it's like a dart that's got a lethal rating of like 50-60%.
Yeah, that works. It's pseudo improvised, like he made it from household cleaners.
Ooh, okay.
It's a bad way to go.
Where did we find there was a kit or a package or something that we got?
Yeah, this one, the special operator package.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, there's very few of those. I took the go bag option as my package, and then I added a few personal effects in to make it work. And I'm now adding the poison dart thing in.
Where was
We're going to consider that dart gun a firearm?
Yes, it would be a firearms roll.
Okay. And no damage because it's lethality?
Correct. Well, so lethality, if it fails the lethal roll, it's 2d10, right?
I don't
It's
know.
just non-lethal?
I don't know. 2 of my weapons only have lethality as a stat. The large IED that I'm going to use on the building and the poison dart gun. Can the poison dart gun have any AP?
It doesn't really need it, but yeah, you can have AP on it.
If it doesn't need it, we won't put it on there. We're learning.
So tradecraft is 165, but I think you're looking for equipment, which is gear, page 84.
Okay, I'm on page 104 right now. Let me scroll back.
So 84.
This is going to take me to something
Operational
I'm-
gear. Oh yeah, here's special operator. Sorry, Craven, you were on the right page.
Yeah, you took me back to the beginning of the chapter. I've already scrolled through all of that.
I was talking to Craven.
Oh.
Sorry. Should have been more specific. Gear's weird in this game. It's just like, do you have it or do you need it?
It definitely
Can you request
is. It definitely is here's a general structure for a wide range of things. I imagine we're
Yeah.
going to be making a lot of shit up. That's fine. We can do that.
Did that enough with Dresden. Do that. Kizik, you good?
So I'm not like a real agent or anything. So I don't. Do I have any of that?
You would have what
Can I
your
have the federal agent tools of the trade?
what's in that package. I'm okay with it. I'm curious.
Medium pistol, Kevlar vest, windbreaker,
You know, you can just
Smart
add
gun.
stuff, right?
A small evidence collection kit. Oh, it's got an earpiece and a throat microphone. I don't need that stuff.
I'm okay with all of it. Like you take what you need or think you need. And if you don't take something and you need it later, we can do a luck roll to see if you have it.
Cool. I envision I've got like a bag that's got a bunch of like vials and stuff so I can take a bunch of evidence. And at the very bottom of that bag, there's an old pistol that's been there for a while that like I put any time into it and I'm pretty good at shooting it, but that stays at the bottom of the bag for a reason.
Is it like a revolver or an old 45 or?
A revolver. It shoots real smooth.
Okay.
It's got a real long barrel on it.
I only ask because that's one of the few things they have weapon modifications for. Revolver is a medium pistol with 6 capacity. You could go heavy pistol with a revolver, and I would, since you're limiting it by 6 capacity, and that gives you 1d12 instead of 1d10.
Sounds good. It's a bigger, heavier pistol.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
it'd be a 44 Magnum.
yeah, it's on page 99. Oh no, see, it wouldn't be a 44 because see, he's gonna have one of those old British auto pistols like from Battlefield 1 that like you it's like breech loading, and when you break it, it pops all the shells out. Yeah, and I imagine he's got to like one of the reasons that he probably doesn't shoot it is because it's so hard to find ammunition for it. Sorry, I'm indulging in your character a little bit, but it just fits that kind of character. Like this itself is an artifact, but it's still a weapon.
This is
Got a-
dad's grandfather's gun.
Yeah,
A Weebly revolver. No, I got it by my
Webley,
sponsor,
Webley.
by Ralph Higginston. Like he had that and said, "This will keep you safe."
Oh, I love it. This old chap. This'll keep you safe.
He's suddenly Woodhouse from Archer.
Oh no, sir. That'd be cool as shit as if you were rich, like you're a super wealthy anthropologist and you have a butler.
I was going the opposite way, where
Yeah, I get you.
I found a guy who was like, "Hey, I like seeing old artifacts. Go find me some more." And I go, "Yes, sir. Anything you want."
What do you kids think of these aliens? This colonel just admitted aliens exist.
He just admitted there are green orbs that were altering the behaviors of highly trained agents.
Nope,
So-
aliens exist. That's what my guy heard. He believes it. He's always believed it. Someone just told him what he wanted to hear.
Confirmed it for you. Go ahead and roll sanity for me, all three of you.
Maybe my guy is taking apart cows that have been dissected.
How do I roll sanity?
I roll.
So sanity is D100 roll,
So,
and it goes off of your POW times 5. So if you roll under that, you have passed, and you will not take a sanity hit on this. But if you roll over it, I want you to take a D6 and roll a D6 and then divide it by 2.
I passed this time. It's not going to happen
Fantastic.
very often. But I
So,
did.
narratively, we need to start thinking of like, okay, I passed that sanity check. I found out that aliens are real, and I'm okay with it. So, narratively, like in your head, what does your character do to justify that?
I'm dumb as a brick. I passed because obviously they're real. That's why the government hides them.
Obviously, they're real. The news talks about them jumping that fence down south all the time.
My
Also-
character's pretty intelligent and says, obviously there's real because look how big the effing galaxy is. And obviously we cannot be the only form of life.
Right on.
I did not fail and was trying to like actively talk away this green bulb of light in some kind of clearly they're just on some kind of peyote where that's why they're describing the ill effects of these floating bubbles. Then I rolled a 3, so do I lose sanity?
So, when you rolled your sanity, you rolled over your
I rolled
sanity
a
score?
78. I have a 45 in sanity.
Okay. And then you rolled your D6, you got a 3, and you have that, so it's 1.
So I now have 44 sanity.
Yes. No, you take a hit. So you had 45, yeah, then you go to 44. Sanity depletes, as does luck. When you hit your breaking point,
Oh, I forgot to roll luck. What was luck? 3?
luck is 3d6. Multiply that by 5.
It's a decent roll.
Ladies night. The hostess comes back. The colonel orders more drinks. I don't know about you, gentlemen, but when I need to kill somebody, I like to get a little toasted first. He pulls out a big pipe and starts packing it. And then the hostess comes back with the drinks, and she sees him with the pipe, and she's like, "Hey, you can't smoke in here." And he's like, "Back in my day, you could smoke in any bar you want to, Stutz." And he like lights the fucking pipe. He's like puffing on it, just staring at her. She's like, "Ah, God, boomers." And she walks away.
He's vaping.
He takes a big hit. Nah, it's a pipe.
Yeah, that's just what he's vaping. It's okay. You don't really
Breathes
smell
out.
smoke.
Yeah. See? You're not going to get in trouble here.
Luck, we just roll 4, drop the lowest, and multiply by 5.
What? No, luck is just straight 3d6 times 5. That's your luck score.
I got 65. Not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
I mean, pretty good.
I got a 40.
So the colonel, he goes, he's now 2 drinks in, and he's puffing on his pipe. And he goes, "So what's the plan for Royale? You guys going to go over there and try to figure out what room he's in?"
I figure I'm going to grab that improvised propane tank demolition piece I've brought with me in case you guys needed to be erased. And I'm going to go find out what room he's in. I'm going to scale the wall and put it outside his room while these 2 guys come up with a plan A so I don't have to use that.
You guys want to come up with a plan here while we're drinking? That way you're not doing it out on the street.
Is this little fenced off area in a bar a safe place to plan the death of another human?
Yeah, this is cool. I've checked it out.
Also, people only see what they want to see. You'll learn that.
3 people just looked at me and said, "Yeah, it's okay." No, all at the same time.
So my plan A, if I were doing this on my own, and I'm not used to working with a team, so you gentlemen will have to forgive me for having an adjustment period, would be to show up his room service after having planted the bomb on the outside of his room, shoot him with the dart gun, he goes down, steal documents for employer, in this case it'll be Theo, going through the documents, and if he makes me or otherwise things go off the hook, I call the little burner cell phone on the propane tank outside and run like hell. I'm open to constructive criticism.
Just sweet talk the lady at the front of the desk and knock on his door. Do we get to dress up like maids?
Hammer would give you an eyebrow that says he's not sure that plan will hold any water.
I've actually done that before. That's not too bad. Obviously, you would want to be a bellhop or something. You know, you probably look great in a maid dress, but it will draw some attention that you're not necessarily looking for. Also, you don't have to like sweet talk anyone. You can just go in the back and look at the roster on the sheet or pretend to be a delivery person. It's or you just pay them.
Well, we have to find him first.
We know what hotels he's in, so we're just trying to find the room number.
Is he checked in under his own name?
That's a valid question.
He's got a GPS tracker. How accurate are those? Like, just pull up a computer.
The colonel, he's like, I can pin him down to about like 30, 40 feet. So I know he's in this hotel next door. It's the Hilton in Old Town. But I can't tell you which room he's in or what floor he's on, or he could be moving around in the room. It's not a great GPS. It's been in him since 2002.
We have a description of him, right?
He went on
Yes.
the Rogan show. We got video of him.
All right, so
Well, he called into the Rogan show. He didn't go on the Rogan show. But you guys, yes, I will give you guys a picture of Bob.
why don't we dress up as firefighters, pull the fire alarm, show up, and just
And then
make sure the
then,
entrances are covered.
and then rescue him. Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
We're gonna need firefighter outfits, though. Those would be a little bit harder to get.
Are you going to kill the firefighters or just steal them?
Well, why would we kill firefighters? They're patriots. Unless they're not. I look at Greenheart. Firefighters patriots.
Doesn't matter.
We don't want to kill a bunch of people.
You have seen my resume, right?
So look, there's a difference between sanitizing an ex-agent and killing a bunch of firefighters for their clothing.
I
We've
agree.
gotta
I agree.
think about people's families.
Yeah. Well, no. You had me up until that last part. See, committing crimes before you commit your assassination only reduces your chances of success by alerting the authorities that you are about to commit an assassination. Taking on the firefighters in such a way produces unnecessary risk to the operation because the authorities may become alerted and suspicious.
Well, that's true too. But they are also American citizens, and we do not want to, create strife in the system of who we protect.
He just said we don't want to, but like, just because I said yes, like now we have the. Oh my goodness, this is wild. So like we could just sweet talk the receptionist and ask her like which room is he in, because he's got his picture. Like he's just my long lost brother, and I've been trying to track it, or just be like PIs. Like you guys can be PIs, right? You're a big guy; they'll definitely believe you're a PI. We're just trying to get information. Here's $100.
Hey, Doc. Can I call you Doc?
Yeah. Husky, right?
You ever hacked a computer?
I'm more comfortable with like ancient technologies. No, I'm very bad at computer science.
Hey, never mind. He looks at Hammer like he's about to ask the question. Like, never mind. I'm not going to ask that question. All right. Well, I mean, yeah. So, which one of you is going to sweet talk this receptionist? It's going to have to be the pretty boy in the suit.
I had my hand up like you were going to call on me. Yeah, I this is what I said. That was my idea from the whole beginning.
It's just that you sound super persuasive. But what the hell? Let's give it a shot. I have a plan B. I'm ready.
Actually, I could do that.
Persuade the receptionist or hack the computer?
Persuade.
Oh, okay.
Can you do it without shooting anybody? Because this is the Hilton in Alexandria. If the cops are called, this is a Black Ops mission, gentlemen.
I run a hand through my non-existent hair, and I say, "Look, when the hammer talks to the ladies know what's happening."
I'm gonna go start working on Plan B, guys. Let's you guys work on Plan A. I need to go do some
over to the Hilton.
research. I look for the gas main that goes into the Hilton.
Give me a search roll.
Do I have to search for the Hilton?
No.
Good
Okay.
God, because I'm gonna fuck that up.
So, Hammer, you leave the bar.
Yeah.
You hit the sidewalk.
This isn't a trap
And-
smithing thing.
I just
It doesn't matter. I'd have failed anyway.
oof.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
75.
75. In my mind, you tell me if I'm wrong, but the gas main for the Hilton and Alexandria would be underground somewhere.
Yes.
So I was considering the search check as you like walking around trying to find the manhole cover that says gas on it.
That seems reasonable.
Okay, so you have not found that manhole cover.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna have you coming out, but you're walking behind the hotel.
Yeah.
And
I've got a huge duffel bag on my back. Inside is a propane tank that has been it's basically got a small piece of plastic explosive to set it off. It'd be sufficient to take out the hotel room or such, but he was looking to make a bigger boom.
Theo runs to catch up with Hammer.
so our camera pans in on Hammer and Heron as you run to catch up with him on the sidewalk. And you guys walk in to the front desk area of the Hilton Alexandria. And there's a man standing behind the desk there at the front. And he says, "Good evening, gentlemen. Can I get you a room?" And he looks
Yeah.
at you with eyebrow extended.
I look at him. Yeah. How you doing?
I see that you haven't got any bags. Would you like the room for just a few hours, maybe?
Well, that depends. Looking for a friend.
Oh, it's more than just the two of you.
Yes.
Like your friend is looking for a room? Is that what you're implying here? Or are you looking for a room, sir?
I'm meeting someone here, but he forgot to give me his room number.
Well, the bar is just over there. If you would like to take a seat and you can call him, maybe he can come down and meet you.
Yeah, we didn't exchange numbers either. This was kind of a spur of the moment. Love
Oh, a
at first sight.
Craigslist kind of thing.
Yep. He said meet him here, and he gave me the room number, and I forgot it.
That's a shame.
You can help a brother out, can't you?
Theo steps forward and puts his fine bag on the thing and said, "I brought toys. We were so excited."
Sir, if you could remove your bag from my desk.
Oh, show him the picture. Show him how pretty he is.
I show him the picture. I rolled a 41 out of 80 on my persuade.
Oh, he's your friend? Are you sure?
May I roll a search for a maintenance access while they're doing that?
Like to the back of the Hilton? You want to get inside?
Like if I can't find a gas main, I want to find a maintenance store for the janitors and the maintenance personnel and stuff.
Yeah, I think you're back there maybe at a loading dock where there's a laundry.
Mm-hmm.
There's a double door that goes into a laundry room or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can find that.
Okay. I have a lock picking gun. Can I get in using that?
Absolutely.
Okay. Can I first look for a security camera because there would obviously be one?
There is absolutely one.
May I spray it with something?
Yeah, how does that work? Are you at a distance or you get up close to it in a blind spot and spray it?
Yeah, get up close to it in a blind spot and spray it. I don't have anything really specific to do that with, but I do have some sunscreen, so I'm gonna squirt sunscreen on the lens.
Okay, then go with me here. Maybe there's somebody on the camera. Maybe there isn't. I can do a luck roll for that.
Sure.
Or what we can do is we can do a stealth check where you roll your stealth against the camera operator's alertness.
I love it.
And we see what's going on there.
I love it. Let's do it. I'm gonna fail it miserably. That's a 79, which is a pretty miserable failure for me. My stealth is
That's-
50.
So, okay. Now, if I roll and I lose, lose my alertness, which was 60, and I rolled a 63, we both fail. So you successfully spray the camera, and I don't see what happened.
Okay,
All right.
so I was in front of the camera, like I'm like Pink Panthering and shit, and the camera's watching me the whole time as I pull the thing out of my bag and spray the shit out of the lens.
But the camera operator missed it all.
Yep. He was eating Doritos.
So you slip in
Yeah,
to the Hilton.
I do. And I'm gonna look for this is gonna really aggravate one of the other players. I'm gonna look for like a spare uniform, like a locker room for like the maintenance staff to have left behind a jumpsuit or something.
Now let's get that luck roll.
Okay. A 90. I still can't roll, but also it's just jumping. It's only turning like one time. It's not rolling properly.
Yeah, that's weird. This and I see 80 on it, but it says 90 on it. Oh, because it's it's 80 and 0. Yeah, I gotcha. Oh boy, maybe I need to change their physics. Mass.
Oh, let me try this.
Let's give them half.
I'm not rolling. Oh, okay, that is actually much better. I mean, that's a worse roll, but it is actually rolling now. Yeah,
Okay.
I like that better.
What'd you do different?
I double tapped the R button.
Oh, that's
but,
what I do.
But also, I think that he changed it.
I changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
'Cause
changed.
they look like
it's
they're
mass.
flying higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, can you do all of them that way, or?
Maybe. I'd have to go through and do them all.
Oh, there's
Just-
not like a setting.
No, if you collect them and put them on the map, though, I will grab them all and change them. Whatever ones you want to change.
Kind of working. So I don't find the uniform, but I'm gonna say it takes me long enough that you can go back to the front desk and let the guys do a little bit more, and I'll come back.
Yeah,
to
so
a
you're
different plan in a
snooping-
minute.
Yeah, snooping through maybe a locker room for the people that work here at the Hilton. But no uniform will fit you. How about that? You do see them, but they're all like ladies' uniforms. All right, so we get back to Hammer and Heron as they walk up to the front desk, produce a picture of Royale or Bob to the front desk guy and try to convince him to give up the man's room number. Your persuade was very good, sir. And the man behind the counter is going to say, all right, look, I will call him for you. Do you have a name? At least?
We don't really share names like that. This is more of what this it's oh yeah, it's like a hang and bang.
Hang and bang?
That's the best I got.
Just 1 second, sirs. So I want you guys to roll a search or a alertness check as he dials a number on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to call up to the room, and if you catch what he dials, you'll know which room he's in.
All right. Did you change the physics on my dice here?
I haven't yet. Let me do this. Physics. Half mass. Apply. All right. Physics done.
So I rolled a 70 and a 0. My search is an 80. The dice say 80. Is that really an 80 or is that a 70?
I guess it's an 80. That would make more sense. That would make you roll 100 and not a 0, which, yeah, that's right.
You said
So you
we
got an
can
80?
roll alertness.
Alertness or search.
Okay.
So you get an 80 on an 80. That's a pass. That's a slam dunk pass.
Out of 39? Out of 70.
It doesn't
That's
actually.
past two.
It doesn't actually make sense, though, does it? Because you can't roll a 100 or a.
You can't roll a 0, but you can roll a 100.
But
A
see, but
90.
so how do you roll a 90?
An 80.
It would
and
be
a
an
0.
80 and a 10, yeah. An
Okay.
80 and a 0.
So how do you roll a 10?
A 0 and a 0.
Is there a 0 on this dice? I don't think there is.
I thought the 000, like all zeros would be 100 though.
That's what I thought too. I think they don't have this configured right. I mean,
Maybe.
technically it works. I'm getting us off on a tangent because it confuses me. I'm sorry.
So 3 zeros.
So
is
a 10. Hold on,
3
a
zeros is
10
100.
A 10 is on here as a 10 on the D10, and then you'd get a 10 and or it'd be a
No,
0, 0, and
you
a
see,
9.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, because
Yeah,
if
I
you do
get
straight, yeah, it doesn't make sense.
So 3 zeros is 100, right?
Right.
And everything else is exactly what you expect.
If you add them up, like if you hover over both of them selected, it says it's 110.
So I'd also like to point out that 3 zeros is not 100 by the way that it's counting. 3 zeros
Yeah.
would be 10. Because it's counting the 0 on the 10-sided dice as 10 instead of 0.
No, that's not how we've always done it.
That is
so
not how we've always done it. That is why I'm confused.
I don't like that.
Me neither.
I don't like it.
What should it be?
So 3 zeros is 100.
Yep.
All right. A 0, 0, and a 1 is just a 1.
Yes.
Okay.
That is how it should work. Now, the only difference that makes is that Kizik's roll, he rolled an 80 and a 0, and it said it was a 90. It's not a 90, it's an 80.
Be an 80. Yeah.
We all agree? So you can't box in the dice and ask it to count it for you because it doesn't do it right.
Almost never do that with those because I don't trust them after that first time we did it.
Okay. Well, we live, we learn.
Apparently we don't. Apparently we've done this before, and Craven's just like, you guys don't remember this, which I don't.
I don't.
I do. I didn't like it then. I don't like it now. But this we're gonna do it the way we've been doing it. We're not gonna change it again.
So Kizik passed. Is that the thing?
That's the gist
I
of it, yes.
passed with an extra 10. I passed either way. I just have now 70 out of 80 instead of 80 out of 80.
Oh, okay. Well, it's Price is Right rules, so the higher would be the better. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You guys get to know that he is on the 5th floor in room 7.
I give the receptionist a wink and say, like, if you want to join us. And I shake my bag at him.
Yeah, he looks disgusted at you.
And then I take
I mean,
a
I
deep
feel
breath,
disgusted at him too.
and I feel like those eyes thinking about it, and I take my hand away from Hammer's butt cheeks.
I'd like to try to find the security control room since the locker room's a bust.
All right.
So we know
yeah.
what room he's in.
So you know that it's room 57, but the receptionist is called up there. So he's on the phone waiting for someone to answer the phone, but he dialed room 57. So you
Right.
guys already know which room he's in, but the receptionist is going to have this conversation basically. The phone rings and rings and rings and rings, and the receptionist goes, "He must not be in," and he hangs up the phone.
Do you have a restroom?
There's one in the lobby, and he
Thank
points over.
I go to the lobby, or I go where the restroom is. The elevators are typically right across from that.
That is correct.
So I go to the bathroom. I come out of the bathroom, and I immediately go up in the elevator.
All right. The way that his desk is positioned, he cannot actually see the front of the elevators. But you're caught on camera anyway. He doesn't see it. So,
Okay.
Heron, what are you doing?
I'll follow him.
Follow him to the bathroom.
Well, you go into the
That
bathroom.
makes
and I just
perfect
push the
sense with
button
your
on the
way your
elevator.
characters are playing.
All right. So both of you give me a stealth roll to see if you can make it to the elevator without being accosted. And then, Chad, you find the camera room. And you open the door, and there's one seat sitting in front of 16 cameras. And the seat right now has the man sitting in it, but he is looking deeply into one of the camera screens, and he's like, "What the fuck is that?
Okay. One metagame question before I do what I'm probably gonna do here. Is there a cabinet that I could shove the body in?
In this room? Give me a
Yes.
luck roll.
No body.
I rolled an 8.
Yes, there is a cabinet big enough for a body.
So after I pull out my silenced pistol and put one in the back of this guy's head, can I put him in that cabinet while checking out whatever monitor he was looking at?
So you shot him in the back of the head, and the monitor directly in front of him explodes. You kill him.
GM angry.
But there's, yeah, you won't be able to see what he was seeing.
Okay. I shove his body into the cabinet. I am looking for the target or my friends.
In the bank of cameras,
Yes.
you give me a search check.
Okay. I realize in hindsight not putting things into search was bad. Can I do something else? Because
If you're looking for the bad guy specifically, it's an alertness check.
Okay, that I have a ton of. Well, not a ton, but I have a much better score with that. Hopefully we get to upgrade our characters later, because I fucked up 2 ways. 34.
This is why this is session 0. We can fix things.
So I definitely passed the alertness check.
You got a what?
34 out of 50.
34. Okay. So you're looking through the camera banks, and out of the 15 remaining camera windows, you see your buddies heading up in the elevator. You also see it's like the pool section is under camera. So there's like the gym and the pool. They're both on the same hallway, and the camera's facing that hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out of the gym area is a man that kind of matches the picture that you've seen for Royale. Kind of matches, meaning it's the picture plus 30 years.
Okay. I snap a picture of it with my phone and text it to Agent Hammer and say he's coming out of the gym. And I tell him what floor the gym's on.
What floor is the gym on?
It would be level 2. So you're in the elevator, you've already hit 5.
All right.
You're headed up to the 5th floor out of 8, and then you get a text. Bzz, bzz. Look down at it. When did you guys transfer phone numbers?
When we're doing planning. We would have coordinated our watches, too. We know what time it is.
I have a smartwatch, so it's in the picture.
We can retcon this, but I should be an asshole.
No, my smartwatch just automatically gives me the phone numbers of whoever's near me. It's a smartwatch.
No. But yeah, this is a spy game. We think like spies. You guys got everybody's phone numbers and all that stuff. All right, so bzz, bzz, you get this text. It says Agent Husky, 9:30 p.m. He's at the gym. He's coming out of the gym.
All right.
Level 2.
Hearn, why don't you go wait outside his room, or maybe the room next
Be right
to it,
back.
or just try to look as just be you, man. Just be you. I'm gonna be me. All right.
Go wait by his room. Okay.
Wait by his room.
So ding, the elevator door is open. 5th floor.
Yep. I'm gonna stay on the elevator. Oh wait, how many elevators are there?
There's 2 in the
There
hotel.
are 2. All right, I'll get off 2.
Okay. So you're on the 5th floor, both of you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Doors of the
Oh.
elevator close.
Is there a elevator?
The elevator
Is the
starts
elevator in the
moving down.
middle? Is the elevator in the middle or like off to the left?
Yeah. I look up at the top and see which way room 56 is.
57.
57, yeah. Oh, but he wants to find 56 specifically, maybe. So he looks up and you see a sign that says rooms 50 through 59 left, 59 through. God damn it! I don't know. To the right. It'd be to the left. You want to go left.
Is the vending machine room or the ice machine room right across from the elevator?
Give me a luck roll.
Roll. A negative. So where are they?
They are around the corner, halfway down the hall, closer towards the room you need to go to.
All right. So he has to pass by there, right?
He would if he's going to his room. Yeah.
All right. I take Karen and we go to the ice machine room.
Just grab him by the collar. Come here.
Pretty much. Well, I know he's not anything to do with any of this. He has a value. This isn't it.
Are we going to kiss? What? No, that was just a cover. As I'm just getting pulled down the hallway by the scruff of my coat. Oh, we're going to hide. Good idea. And I try to slide it behind the ice machine.
Husky, are you back?
I'm gonna get one of
I
the
am.
ice buckets.
Does that guard's uniform fit me?
Yeah. We'll have that fit you.
Sweet.
So you drop him, pull him naked, and then stuff him in a cabinet.
It is
Put his
in
clothes
his
on.
tidy whities, yes.
Oh boy. Okay. Now you have a guard uniform.
Excellent. I put my regular stuff in my duffel bag with the bomb. And look for a place that would give maximum effect, like a gas line or maintenance room or something. Like if I need to take the whole building out, I want to be able to do so.
You get a text that says he's in room 57, and then a couple of emojis.
Mm-hmm.
Eggplants and peaches.
Yes, but if you remember at the planning table, we said I would be responsible for Plan B, and I haven't yet accomplished that. So I got to accomplish my mission before I come help you with Plan A.
I thought Plan B was to put that bomb outside of 57.
It was going to be the thing, but I think the whole hotel might need to go.
I like how you guys are just
Why?
texting this. I'm not part of this, and that's good. I have unplugged the ice machine, and now I have an ice bucket under it, and it won't work. So I'm kind of like fiddling with it, punching it.
Okay.
I'm just hiding behind it, texting the other guy, like, all right, we know where it is. Go put the bomb on the side of the building. It's cool, right? No, the whole building? Oh, okay.
I mean,
All right.
that depends on how my rolls go, because the GM still hasn't said I can find a gas main or anything that'll do the whole building.
Correct. Theo, give me your stealth check. Hammer, are you deceiving? You're just, I don't know. Chad, luck roll.
I really am trying to get ice out of an ice machine
not-
that I have unplugged.
It's not demolitions? Come on.
You're trying to find a room, right? That could blow up?
Yeah, it's
Or the
demolition.
gas main?
Doesn't matter. I rolled like shit again.
So in this area, you would know that, like, the gas probably hooked up in the kitchens. Or somewhere near the kitchens. If that helps you with the direction.
I too failed my stealth roll.
Okay.
Oh, we should be quiet this time.
I start heading up to room, what'd you say, 57?
Yeah, just check your text again. As I say that out loud as I'm texting.
Okay. I think this is what's going to happen then.
The elevator dinged yet?
Yes, it's dinged.
Okay. Has he walked by yet?
God. You had to ask. Hold up. Now I got to roll a luck roll. It's a 6. Okay. Yeah, he walks by. He doesn't say anything. He just walks by, headed to his room. He's probably whistling something like Yankee Doodle Dandy.
GM,
Right.
GM abuses my dice. He takes all my good rolls.
Yep. I wait till the door closes.
Oh, okay. So he's gonna get all the way to his room.
Of course.
Okay, and then yep, the door closes behind him.
And then I put the ice bucket down. Leave the room. Go to room 57. And I open it with prejudice.
Housekeeping. You hear from behind you as you're kicking the door in.
How are you opening the door? I know you said with prejudice, but how? It's important.
Probably a kick.
Okay. Give me that strength roll.
Is this athletics or strength?
That's
Or
why
the-
I said, hey, how do you do this? Because it's important. If you're like, hey, I just kick it, that's strength.
What's that different? How's that different from athletics?
Hey, I jump kick it, or roundhouse kick it, or I'd run towards it and then hit it with both feet. Those things would be athletics.
Gotcha. All right. My strength is higher than my athletics, so I'll just kick it. I don't know how
Okay.
that makes any sense, but that
Yeah.
I got a 13. I needed less than 85.
Okay. Good roll. All right. So you kick this door in, and it swings to the point where it catches on the latch, and then it hits that critical moment of does it, and it pops, and the door fucking flies wide open, and Agent Hammer charges through the door. What are you doing? You've kicked the door in now.
I don't charge. I quickly walk in, yank Heron in, close the door back behind us, and find our
Give me an awareness roll, both of you.
prey. Oh, you mean alertness?
Alertness.
35 out of 40.
56 out of 70.
So both of you know, maybe you feel it on the floor as somebody hits the ground, like between this wall and the bed. You hear him as he comes around, like rolls forward and levels a pistol at you. What is your dex?
Oh, my dex is bad. It's 8.
My dex is 16.
You should be able to use the dodge skill.
Yeah, but it's going to be whoever's dex is highest goes in this next little 6 seconds. All right, so Bob, Agent Royale, is going to pull the trigger. Hammer, you came through the door first. I'm going to say that he's aimed at you. He's going to pull this trigger. He hasn't actually mechanically aimed, by the way. He is rolled in to the hallway area, and he's pulled this gun. He shoots. There's a loud cacophonic bark from his gun, and he misses. The bullet goes straight past your head and into the ceiling above you, because he's shooting from the floor. That's his turn. Next in dex order would be Raoul. Sorry, Agent Heron.
I'm gonna reach into my bag and get my pistol out. And to everybody's surprise, I'm gonna take a shot at him.
Fuck yeah, dude. Give me that firearms check.
That's just these ones again. Sorry, this is the first time I've rolled this thing. Gotta be under a 60.
It's just like Pulp Cthulhu.
An 88 is not under a 60.
It
Ooh,
is
no.
not. It's a critical fail, though.
That's a crit fail. Okay.
Does the 69 rule mean it's always a crit in that
No,
crit fail.
always a success.
It's always a success. Okay.
Yeah, so technically you could roll like on a skill that's 0, like surgery or something,
Mhm.
and then get a 69, and it miraculously fucking happens for some reason.
As long
almost-
as you say nice.
Yes, nice.
It's mandatory. He did say that in session 1.
Okay, this crit failure. You pull your massive revolver out of your bag. Has it been years since you touched this thing?
I'm proficient with firearms, so I will shoot it, but I'll shoot it 2 or 3 times. It still works the way that I think it is, and I put it back in a bag. But it's also still stored, just like open in a bag.
Okay. Which would you rather have? You forgot to load this cylinder.
I forgot to load it. Makes
And it-
sense.
Clicks. Yeah.
Dead man
Like,
click.
it's lined up. I think like, oh man, this is gonna be best. Click is all. Hammer
Well,
hears over
alternately, a Webley would probably in 2013, 2023 be handmade rounds because they don't make that caliber anymore.
Ooh.
So it could just be a misfire.
If that's what we want it to be, that's what happens. It clicks regardless. And Agent Royale gets like this faraway look in his eye as he tries to stand up. But it's going to be Hammer's turn.
Oh, hold on. Can the elevator ding and I come out?
Oh, yeah. What's your dex?
Well, I'm not in the room, but I was coming
Right.
up the elevator, and before I do any of that, I want to say there's now gunfire. I'm in a security guard uniform. Are there like people coming out of their rooms being like, "What the fuck"?
So not yet, but if the elevator dings, you'll walk down the hallway and you'll catch one. Yes, at
Okay.
least one.
I just wanted, if there were people who were like, "Oh my god, what's going on?" I would be like, "Security, everything's under control. Please go back to your rooms." And
Nice.
keep people from getting in the way of what's about to happen. Not because my character gives a shit about their lives, but because that's more complications he doesn't want to deal with.
Okay, I like this. Yeah, but what is your dex just when you get there,
Okay.
so I know what order you're in?
Absolutely. My dex is, you want the score, or the times 5?
I needed everybody's times 5.
Okay, it's 55, so it's 1155.
Okay.
Mine's 840.
Mine's 1680.
Holy shit, 16? That's just about as good as it gets.
18 is, I think, as good as it gets.
It is, because it's
But yeah.
3d6, but like 16's for real good.
And my low one on that roll was a 4.
Wow.
6554. I felt real good.
All right. I think Craven needs to go.
Yep.
As Nolan is going down the hallway and telling this lady to go back to her room. Craven, what are you going to do with your hammer?
So I'm going to like he rolled out pretty close to us, right?
Yes, I mean, he's within like melee range.
Yeah. So I'm going to reach over. I'm going to grab his shoulder, and a knife's going to appear in my hand, and I'm going to stab him with it until
Oh.
he stops breathing.
Stab, okay.
Yeah.
Give
Yeah,
me
stab.
your melee.
That's opposed, isn't it?
Yep, he's going to oppose you with his dex. He's going to try to roll out of this. Or dodge mechanically. I got a 57 out of 60. That's pretty damn good. Yeah, buddy.
I got a 74 out of 80.
You got me. 74 out of 80?
Yeah.
Yeah, you beat me. You got a higher skill. That's how this works, contested rolls. So, it's a real close struggle. I maybe fight you for the first 2 hits, Like, it looks like I could actually stop your knife from going in, but in the end, you went out. How does this go down?
It looks for a split second like he's gonna hold it back, and then the knife just keeps going in, and I look him into his eyes and I say, "Dad says hi."
How much damage does your knife do?
Yeah, fucking I know.
Well, let's find out. That is here under
Next page. Previous
hand
page.
to hand weapons 1d4. Give me that 1d4 roll.
Do we have a D4?
There's bags of dice at each table.
Here's a d4. Here's a d4. Here's a d4. I thought you'd like orange.
You think it's a large knife or combat dagger?
A 1 pierce 3.
Do you want it to be a combat dagger?
Wait,
You can
what's-
have a bigger knife. Like, there's a large knife for combat dagger. That's a d6.
Oh, I do have a combat dagger.
Yeah. Why don't you pull that motherfucker out?
All right.
Give me a d6 then.
Oh, I got those over here. All right, that's 4 pierce 3.
4 damage.
And I'm holding him.
Yeah. All right, so you've got him. You've pierced very slowly with this large combat knife into his chest, and the blood coming out of him is dark red with little glips and globs of like this green. I was gonna call it ooze, but it's not really. It's like a gel almost. And it's really like a light green. It's coming out of the body cavity that you've like stabbed your knife into. So you're holding him, and this mixture is coming out of his body. And he looks up at you, and he's got this faraway fucking look in his eyes, like the motherfucker's not even gonna die right. You said Dad says hi and everything, and he's not even like here to enjoy this. There's something wrong here. Roll me in a sanity check.
No problem. No problem. I have a backup plan.
Me too. Am I in the room watching not red blood come out?
I got
Yes.
a 3 on my sanity check.
Oh, you pass. Okay,
Yes.
so you don't take a sanity hit here.
Oh, I got a 62 out of 45. I did not pass.
Give me, give me a d6 and have the result.
Is this cumulative like Cthulhu? Or this is
Yes.
the second time I've lost sanity? It's now worse, or still just
It's-
half of a d6?
It's still half of a d6, but it is adding or really subtracting your total sanity. All right. I think at this point, Archon's gonna hit the room.
Okay.
Okay. You have found room 57. The door is fucked up when you get to it.
Yep.
And just beyond the door, you can see the outline of Theo, Agent Heron.
Okay.
But I think they did close the door behind them.
I mean, it's a broken closed door.
Yeah, it's a broken closed door.
Yeah, it'll reopen, no problem. That's never gonna lock again.
Chad, Agent Husky.
Okay.
You see the back of Theo with his shaky hand.
So
Ooh, yeah.
I don't see any of the, sanity.
You haven't seen that yet.
I haven't seen the chance. This sanity shenanigans. That's really hard to say.
Correct.
Okay. Shit. But I can see that he's dead because you said I can see an outline.
He is not dead. I said that you see the outline of Theo, Agent Heron, through the doorway. The door is closed. You're on the outside of the door in the hallway. You haven't seen anything inside the room yet. You've heard things. So what I was saying is that you see like Theo on the other side of the the crack in the door because the door's kind of fucked up.
Okay. Assuming the hallway's clear, I'm gonna let myself into the room. I'll put my hand on Theo's shoulder.
Okay. You enter in, and this is what you see. In front of you, Agent Hammer has got Agent Royale, or Bob, kind of like in a grapple on the ground, and he's got this large combat knife going into his chest. The blood is mixing with some green gel coming out of Royale's chest. I need you to roll a sanity check.
Okay. I mean, he's an alien. Totally an alien. Oof. I did not do well. Okay, so it's 1d6 minus what? Or divided
It's
by what?
1d6 divided by 2. Half of a d6.
So 2?
Ooh, okay. And then how would you justify this? You lost your sanity here. You think it's an alien. That's what you're going with here?
Yeah.
Fuck, this is an alien.
I take 2 sanity points away, right?
Yes.
And I
Fuck
put
the
that,
Colonel said.
I put that under current, not maximum.
Correct.
33. I mean, he's gonna shoot the alien. Like, oh shit.
Okay. Hammer's kind of grappled with him right here.
Yeah, but when you're in a panic mode, you don't care. You're just like, holy shit, gotta kill the alien.
Okay. You're close to him. I'm going to say that's just a straight firearms check.
That I have a decent skill at. Oh, and I did pretty good. Okay. So I needed 80, and I got 26.
Fantastic.
Okay, it's 1d10 damage.
Roll it.
There's a 1d10 plus something. Alright, so it's just 1d10. 7 damage.
All right. So you walk into the room. You see him bleeding red and green chunks. You level your pistol at his head. And Agent Hammer even kind of gets away. Slides just a little bit further out of the range of your pistol shot as you bring it leveled with Agent Royale's head and pull the trigger.
Yep.
And the back of his head explodes outward. What is a hollow point that just shatters someone's skull?
I
Or
imagine
Hydra shock.
So actually they're gonna be low velocity rounds because he's using a suppressor and he wants as little sound as possible. The thing with slow moving bullets is they tumble. So it's a solid bullet, but it's tumbling. So the going in hole is really small, and the going out hole is probably about like grapefruit size.
So the back of his head just blop and falls out onto the ground. There's a big wet sploosh. And then his body starts to twitch and convulse a little bit in Hammer's arms.
Convulsing like because it's dying, or convulsing like there's something else going on?
There's something else going on here, Hammer.
Okay, good. Got this. I'm staying on my initial plan. I've already started it.
All right, so a segmented, multi-tentacled thing comes out of Bob's neck, coated in this green gel, and it whips outward. Massive tentacle that it is. I think in Resident Evil, one of the Resident Evils is like a body with a tentacle head. That's what's going on here. So this thing just comes out, spews out of the neck of Agent Royale, and it's wet sucking noises and flopping all over the fucking room. I need sanity checks from all three of you. As you're faced with the face,
All right, so 001 is a 1. Or is it a 1?
I would take that as a 1.
Okay.
82 is an 82, right?
Yes.
God.
All right, for the big reveal of the monster, this is no longer a D6. I would like a D. Well, it is a D6 roll, but it's a straight D6. We're not dividing this one. So if you fail it, it's a D6. If you pass it, you still take 1 sanity.
I rolled a 6.
Even with a 1, that's as good as you can roll.
Yeah, even with a 1.
All right. 32 sanity.
Still take the hit.
My guy was that stable to begin with.
Did you hit your breaking point yet there, Kizik?
I have a 37 sanity and a 36 breaking point, so I'm still okay, right?
Oh, you're so close. Okay, yeah.
I'm 4 points away.
Craven, how'd you do on that sanity?
Aced it.
You passed.
Yeah.
Okay, so you still take your 1.
Yep, did. I'm at 59
Okay.
out of 60 now.
You're grabbing. That's the only hits you've taken?
Yeah.
You didn't take any other ones. Okay, well. So you're holding on to this body
Mhm.
as this nasty tentacle has erupted out of its neck.
But it's still in there.
Yeah, the tentacle is in the neck. Yeah.
Yeah.
And your dagger is too. Your dagger's in its chest cavity.
Yep. Got
Okay.
a plan.
May I
All right.
say that everyone's going to want to leave this room rather shortly?
Oh, yeah, dude. How do
Okay.
you know?
Well, because I'm carrying a big bomb and I'm about to detonate it.
You too?
I didn't know you had a big bomb.
Yeah, how did you
Yeah.
get a big bomb?
I get 2 grenades as part of my.
I gotta make the room go away bomb.
Yep, you do. But I'm going to put my grenade in the hole I made.
Okay, so
Body go away bomb.
I like these plans. I like leveling the hotel and doing all of this damage. I would like to point out that as clandestine agents, it has to be explainable at some point
Yes,
to somebody.
propane
It's a
explosion.
gas main. It's a gas main. Yeah.
That's
Gas
why
leak.
I kept
Cool.
trying,
Things happen
I
all
kept
the time.
trying to do it the easy way, and I failed
no-
every roll.
I get you. There's a big part of tradecraft in this game.
Mhm.
We're going to just talk about it sometimes.
Yep.
All right. I think I lost really whose turn it was.
It's Kizik's turn.
It's Kizik's turn, so it's top of the round. With an 80 dex, Kizik goes first.
Yeah, so I heard 2 people go, somebody should get out of this room as this weird alien snake is coming out of a body that shouldn't be bleeding green. I'm going to get out the room.
Okay.
Hey, grab any documents you see on the way out.
Okay, give me a luck roll, Kizik.
Uh, 002 is below 50.
That is very below 50. And literally right next to you, right next to the front door, is a blue bag. It is like a backpack, but it is a very dark navy blue. And just for shits and giggles, there's like papers and stuff like that stuffed out of it.
It's got his professional coat over top of it. I just pick that bag up by the handles and run.
Perfect. Theo has the goods. All right, so you run down the hallway. I'm going to say that you're going to take both move actions to make it to the elevator, and then hit the elevator button.
Like 150 times.
All right. Next in Dex order is the thing inside of Agent Royale. So Hammer, this thing is going to strength contest you to try to get up. And we can do this two ways. Narratively, I just want you to know that as a dead thing, this thing is like just super fucking strong. Unnaturally strong. So it's probably going to pass its roll. It got a 79 out of 90. Can you pass your strength? Or would you like to just get away from it? You want to contest this roll?
So I can test it, or I just let it go?
I should have rolled it after you said, what do you want to do? But I was letting you know that, like, narratively, it's just super fucking strong. And you're going to make that realization that, like, maybe you shouldn't be grappling with this thing. It could probably snap you in half.
All right. Yeah, I'll let it take a couple steps away from me as I am between it and the door, and think it needs to have a little bit of distance between us before the explosion goes off. Anyway.
Okay, so on its turn, we're going to say that it got out of its grapple with you and stepped towards the other end of the bed. Its tentacle whipping about in the air like a snake's tongue tasting, heat and shit. Okay, so now it is Archon's turn.
Okay, so we established earlier that I'm using a burner phone to detonate the bomb. So I drop the bomb in the duffel bag, basically right at my feet, come out the door. I see, as I come out the door, Heron trying to hit the elevator button, and I grab him by the collar and pull him into the fucking stairwell as I'm dialing with my other hand the number on the bomb. I rolled a 20 out of the 80 I needed for my demolition.
I love all of this. You dive with Heron into the stairwell, dialing the number. Is there any sort of, delay?
I'm not going to hit the send button on this turn.
Okay.
I'm going to hit the send button on the next turn, just because I don't want to vaporize Hammer.
Okay, that's very nice of you.
Yeah.
It is. It's Hammer's turn.
So I'm going to pop the 2 grenades that I have on me, and just toss them on the ground as I leave and close the door behind me and run.
For the stairwell, because nobody uses an elevator.
Yes, for the stairwell, duh. I mean,
All right.
I would have jumped out the window. We're only on the 5th floor. I got a better odds of making that than I did the explosion.
I feel like you chucked your grenades, saw the bag on the floor, and went, oh, yo, I should run.
Give me an athletics check for your grenades.
So I don't know that I need to do anything with them because I'm not actually tossing them anywhere. I'm literally dropping, running.
I
They're
just want to
gonna
make
be
sure
part
you're
of the
not going to
explosion.
critically fail. Yeah.
Oh, God.
You could get a crit
like, snag on
success.
his leg.
Pass.
With a what?
62.
Oh, very close. 62 out of 80?
80. Yeah.
Got it. So you pull these grenades, you pull the pens out first, right? Middle finger towards each grenade, and you pull them separately, but separated out of your hands, right? So then the spoons flip off, ting, ting, and you roll them at your own feet, one and then the other, and then you hightail it out of the room, closing the door behind you, and running down the hallway towards the staircase.
The
Yeah,
second
towards the elevator.
Okay.
The second I see Hammer, I'm going to hit that button.
The second you see him close to you, or are you looking down the hall?
No, so I've gone down the stairwell and
Wait.
turned at the first landing, and I've stopped at the
Okay.
first landing to see that door open. And when that door opens, I'm hitting the button.
Got it. Let's say this all is perfectly timed, like a
It all goes off at the
beautiful
same time.
ballet.
He's
They
even
all go off at the same time.
aliens looking at it. What's this?
He stood back over. He came over. He's looking curiously at what's on the ground, and everything goes off at the same time. 2 grenades and an entire fucking propane tank rigged to explode. go off simultaneously. It's a fuck ton of damage. And this massive explosion rocks the hotel. The power goes out, and the alarms come on. There's like klaxons sounding, and you hear the fucking fire suppression system cut on. And you guys are down in the first turn between the 5th and the 4th floor stairway. You're all looking at each other. The fucking air is just filled with dust.
Time to make
Well,
an
I'm going to
exit.
put my night vision goggles on and go make sure we got the job done.
But explosion. We got the papers.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a squid or an octopus or something with tentacles was inside that guy.
Yeah. I saw it, but let's just be
That's
real.
not right.
Let's just be real. If what we just did didn't kill it, nothing you're gonna do is gonna kill it. So we're gonna head to the exits.
That is a really good logical argument. I'm just gonna roll and see if I can parse that. Got a 57 out of 50.
Okay, you're going back up to look. We're
I'm
still going
gonna
down
go
the
make sure it's
stairs.
dead.
I'm not gonna speak for Heron, but I'm gonna be like, I'm leaving, and you should too.
Just gonna go make sure it's dead, man. I like.
I don't
This
wanna
is-
see it again.
This is perfect. So, as agents, Theo and Chad are leaving this situation without verifying.
Mhm.
And what do you do? Do you go back to the bar, or do you guys just leave to go home?
We weren't given instructions on what to do after the mission.
That's
so
correct. You weren't.
we have these documents though. So that is a thing that we should probably investigate. And I don't have a number or anything. So I'm just leaving. Job's done.
I'm gonna go back to the bar and see if the birthday party's still going on.
All right. So, Chad, you drove here in your own car.
Mhm.
You were at the bar. You were looking over. So, Chad makes his way to his car. Theo has the backpack, the blue backpack. And he's walking down the street towards the bar. And he gets to the bar, and the hostess inside. She's like, "Oh, you're back. Okay. You going back to the birthday party?"
Yes.
So she starts to take you towards the back, where the curtain is still closed. So you don't know if he's in there yet or not. And then our camera cuts back to Agent Hammer as he works up the courage to peek back inside.
He's too dumb to be scared. He
Courage.
already rolled it.
Yeah, I worked up the does what Husky said about if the bomb didn't kill it, your bullets won't. I did the math on that, and I don't think he's right.
You think you can punch stronger than a bomb?
Yeah.
Or shoot it. I mean, look, there's nothing you can't kill with enough bullets.
Your dad told you that he killed a Yeti with a
Yeah.
lot of bullets.
He didn't
No.
tell him that.
Did he?
I said he didn't tell me.
Yeah, he had to have said something.
He told me about Bob though. Someday.
So Bob, the story that your dad told you was that Bob was an incompetent piece of shit who ran his fucking mouth and deserved to die. And maybe finally Bob has gotten his comeuppance. And you open this door, and the devastation in this room is fucking phenomenal. There's fire, there's debris, there's smoke and just fire in the air. The suppression system's kicked on, but it hasn't really done much yet. And you look down at the body of what was Bob, And I'm going to give this one to you for free, even though you don't have like forensics or I don't know what skill this would go with. But the body that you're looking at looks to be a man's body, but then some sort of parasite has wrapped itself around the neck and chest. There's attachments from this parasite that go throughout the body. So you're looking at the destroyed form of Bob, as well as the destroyed form of some worm thing, larva, maybe. It's attached itself parasitically to Bob, and you see this dying in front of you.
All right. Well, I'm gonna grab the shower curtain and some trash bags, and pack that up.
You are a good man. Grab the shower curtain and the trash bags, and you start, packing this thing up. What's your plan? You're gonna wrap it up in the.
Yeah. I'm gonna wrap it up. Then I'm gonna find a big trash can and wheel that on downstairs.
Give me a luck roll on a big trash can.
All right. Your odds are bad. Yep. Nope. Didn't find it.
You know what you did find? The ice machine rolls.
That'll
You
work.
put him in the big fucking the container for the ice machine.
Yep.
All right.
I'm gonna go down the elevator and assuming the elevator works because
Fire
You know what?
alarm's
I can
on,
carry-
on. Fire alarm's on. It's not gonna work. But there's a
I
window.
can carry the body. I'll be fine.
There's a window.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm just
We
gonna
can
go
say
down.
it's 5 floors. You could just push it down the stairs.
Down the stairs. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna carry or push it down the stairs. I mean, I can carry it. It's just a body.
You get to the lobby area. The firefighters have shown up. They're trying to clear the building. The man behind the counter is just way too enveloped with everything that's going on to really pay attention to you. And you scooch out of the Hilton with your ice machine and the body of Agent Royale. Where are you headed?
Let's see. I'm gonna go to my car first. I'll put this in the trunk. And then I will text. So, do I have Greenheart's number? I mean, I've known him my whole life.
Let's say that you do.
All
Let's
right,
say
I'll
that
text-
as your handler, he gave you his card with green heart on it.
All right. I text him. Let's see. Eagle has landed. The nest is on fire.
Okay. So Theo, you walked in with the book bag. You came up to the booth that the colonel was in, and you pull back the curtain, and the colonel's still in there. He is drunk as a fucking skunk now. Hey, buddy. It's Mr. You weren't the husky one. Heron.
Yep, like the bird.
Yep.
I got a bunch of documents here. You didn't exactly tell us what to do with them afterwards. Do you want to go through them now?
Let's see him. Let's bring him up here. Right here. In front of me right now. What happened to the other guys? Did the other guys make it?
Yeah. One of them went back after. There's a alien thing that came like out of his neck. He bled green, and it was weird. But then there was a bomb, and I was waiting for the elevator and got pulled down the stairs, and I got the documents. So, good job, right?
You did an excellent job. Good work, soldier. Let's see these documents. But he pulls them together. He puts them. He starts with the couple on top, and he's like, "Okay, two oaks. It's the town. This is the town that they were stationed in, looking for aliens, these motherfuckers. And then they were USPS workers. Look at this. He's like showing you like logs and stuff of interviews that our cell did at Two Oaks with the citizens of Two Oaks. They're dated. Some of them are like kind of benign. Some of them very, very freaky.
All of them have like 2 or 3 cover sheets with black lines taken out of them.
This would be before they would be black market.
Okay.
So
I'm just looking at like very. I don't know exactly what I'm looking at, but I'm reading it all, trying to put it all together.
yeah, and he's not doing a great job kind of explaining what's going on, but he's looking through them and he's mumbling to himself, and he's like, "The fucking what are the craw? Did he say anything about the craw?"
He didn't do much talking, just shooting and dying.
What happened in there?
We ran in. He shot at us. We stabbed his chest. His chest started bleeding green instead of red. And then he got shot in the head, but instead of dying, a big old like snake, maybe bug, it did have bug-like tendencies. I've never heard a story about a bug coming out of it. Oh, was it like a fungus? Is that a craw? Is a craw an alien that absorbs like a human body?
He looks at you a little bit more soberly, and he's like, "Boy, I would tell you enough to make your head explode. If you really wanted to know, we'll find out. I'll tell you. I'll do it. But I don't think now is the time. The Craw are maybe here in Two Oaks. I sent Arcel to determine the legitimacy of my information. It looks like it's true. So, my boy, it's time to pack it up. It's time to say goodbye to all of your loved ones because we're all gonna die." And he looks at you with like a weird smile on his face. It's time to go. More drinks, I think. The Craw are gonna kill us.
Another one, lady person, and I'm gonna read through these documents as hard as I can now, trying to figure out what the Craw are.
All right. So Agent Royale comes wheeled in, and Chad, you see Hammer with this ice machine as he gets to the front of the bar.
Oh, if I was seeing him come out the hotel with the ice machine, I was in my car. I'd have pulled up and been like, "Put it in the trunk where nobody can see it."
Oh yeah, he
did-
said he
hold
was
on.
going to put it in his trunk.
I did.
Yeah,
I put it in my trunk.
Oh.
all right,
then
so
I-
you see
I
him. Yeah,
Texted
you
the
see.
number. I did not
s-
take it to the bar unless I was told to, in which case I did.
That's all right. So you put the body in your trunk. So Chad, you would see that. Hammer is not very stealthy, right, Hammer?
Actually, I'm really stealthy.
Roll
I got
stealth check
70.
then.
One of the wheels has fallen off as he took it down 5 flights of stairs.
Yeah, it's
Just
bumped and
dragging
grinded.
it.
Yeah.
I am the knight. I got a 3 out of 70.
Yeah, metagame, that's why I wanted you to shove it out the window, but that was because I also assumed that the firemen weren't going to let you carry a body out of the building. So,
An ice machine,
You're
not a
really,
problem.
you're really stealthy. Yeah, because that's not suspicious at all.
There's a fire.
We never know.
It's up there, guys. This ice machine's out of ice, so I'm taking the
Yeah,
other way.
he passed his stealth check. Nobody cares.
Yep. Except that Chad has seen it. No one in the world has seen it except Chad. He's been looking for you anyway. So
Well,
He sees
he's
this-
just happy to see that you came out alive because he didn't think that was going to happen.
Oh yeah, do you say anything as you approach him? Like you just see him with an ice machine. You don't know there's a body in there.
Well, until I take the body out
Okay.
and put it in my car.
I was just asking if you wanted to RP that. That seems like a very interesting moment.
I mean, I would definitely roll up. I'd be like, "Hey, what's the deal?" And then, like, I feel like I would be about to say, "Was it dead?" when he's like, "Hey, look what I got."
What's the ice machine? Oh God.
Yeah, what the fuck, man? Okay, let's whatever. I'll help you out.
Look, you've never taken care of a body before.
Yeah, but they don't look like that. Oh shit.
Oh, it's wrapped. You can't see it. It's wrapped in a shower curtain and then trash bags. I didn't touch it.
Oh, okay. So actually, you're
So
right.
it actually does look
this
like.
would be another day at the office if he
Yeah.
doesn't know what the thing looks like. He's
I mean,
just
when we
like-
cut this thing open, you're gonna have nightmares again. But
yeah. Well, for the time, he's gonna be like, "All right, I've got a jigsaw in the car. We can do this."
So you get a text back from the colonel who says, "Come back to the bar. Leave the body somewhere hidden. We'll talk for a little bit." So you stuff the body in, and Chad, you and Steel Hammer head back to the booth, where you find Agent Heron and the colonel poring over some paperwork and drinking heavily. Well, Theo, I don't know if you're drinking heavily, but the colonel is.
I want to point out that Chad's philosophy, having been years of a hitman, is like, this is the client's business, and the less he knows, the better. So he's not going to show any interest in that paperwork unless he's told to.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
It's just important because I remember reading certain rules on Sanity where sometimes doing exactly what Kizik's character is doing is a really
Yep.
bad idea.
That's very true. Very true. And actually, he's going to be rewarded for it this time. Agent Heron, I need you to roll a d4. And this is going to help you, maybe? Hopefully.
I don't know how to read that D4.
The number that is upright is the number. The number.
Oh, 1.
Yeah.
1. You will gain 10% to your unnatural skill for reading through this paperwork.
Cool.
And after this session, I'm going to send you some information so that you are prepared for next time. It'll be things that the other players don't know.
Normally you have to take
Gain
sanity
10%.
damage. Well, that would mean you get 10% on natural because it starts at 0.
Yep.
Yep.
I was trying to figure out what gain 10% meant.
Sorry. So yes, your unnatural score goes to 10% instead of 0. So the colonel is reading through some stuff. You guys come in, and you've been sweating a little bit. The colonel looks up at you, and he's like, "I trust you guys had a good evening. Did you take care of the vector?"
We had to use Plan B.
yeah, it's pretty dead.
See, plans never survive contact with the enemy, do they?
Well, the enemy didn't survive contact with this plan.
That's how we like it. I think you guys did good. You removed the problem, and you brought back all of this very valuable information. I trust you didn't make too much of a mess that can't be just explained away.
The great thing about using improvised explosives is they leave behind forensics evidence of a gas can exploding because that's what it was.
No other juiciness in there.
I believe there's a body to be disassembled.
I trust that will be taken care of. Maybe buried somewhere unmarked. Can I trust you gentlemen to do that?
Assume we should burn it. then grind whatever's left to powder, and then spread the powder over a significant area.
He waves his hand at you, and he's like, "It seems to me, son, like you've done this before, and you've got it handled. It's exactly the procedure, you know. Just continue."
Yeah.
He's still pouring through this paperwork, and he seems a lot less drunk than he was when Theo walked in the first time.
Theo is a lot more drunk pouring through this document. Oh my goodness, have you seen this? You just said there's a standard procedure for disposing of alien artifacts. Fuck. What am I
Yeah, but
doing?
you're holding up a picture of an inside-out cow, and there's no physical way that the cow should be able to be flipped inside out this way.
Oh, I've seen him come in there like that.
But this cow's still alive.
That's different.
So yeah, you're pouring through paperwork like this, and it's leading to believe that there's a lot going on in Two Oaks, the town of Two Oaks in the Appalachian or Blue Ridge Mountains. It's right next to the Shenandoah River, a little bit east of I-81. If we're going to be honest, I can pinpoint it on a map for you, but it doesn't really exist. It's a fictional town. So I think we have an opportunity here to build a town, which would be pretty cool to do as a group if you're interested. Or we can continue to build out characters. We can change things up. I think you guys did an excellent job this session.
How do characters level in this system? Because I just realized that, and I've never really looked at how to do that.
Yeah, so right now we're going to have our resting period. So any skills that you guys check marked, so anything that you failed this session.
Oh, I wasn't keeping track of that.
Oh, that's what the little check boxes are for.
Yes.
Try to remember, like,
didn't
I think
say.
that you guys failed a stealth check, or...
I failed a lot of checks.
Yeah, so go ahead and check mark things that you think you failed. And then we'll roll against that. And if you roll over right now during this recovery period, you roll that skill check, you roll over, you get to add 1 point. I actually think 1 point is not enough. So tell me when you actually hit those parameters. Where you got a skill, and then you roll over the skill.
I think the only thing I failed was my alertness.
I failed alertness. I failed a demolitions, even though it's already 80, which was retarded. And I failed a search. And I think there was one other thing you asked me for that I was like, oh shit, I should have put points into that.
I think that was the search.
I know I did that one. There was one other thing that I remember thinking about.
That'd have been a luck roll.
Oh, well, you can't do it for luck, can you?
Yes, you can. We're all going to roll for luck.
Oh,
I
cool.
definitely failed some luck rolls.
It doesn't matter if you failed it or not, but because of the luck mechanic during this recovery period, all of you guys go ahead and roll a luck check, and if you fail the luck check, you will recover luck.
Well, I failed the luck check. Now, how much do I recover?
1d10.
Oh.
I got 9.
I got a 1.
Bummer.
Right?
I passed my luck check. I failed all of the other ones. Awareness.
Oh my
firearms,
God.
And stuff. So
you
failed,
failed those. Yeah,
that means
no,
you get better
yes.
ones. That's
Yes.
said it the dumb way.
So is it the same
Okay.
thing? You roll a d10?
So with those skills, it's not supposed to be a d10. And I think that a d10 is too much, and I think that just 1 point is too little. How about a d4?
Okay.
Roll a d4 and see what you get. And then add that
Ooh, I got a
to your
4.
total.
Is that
That's
for
awesome.
Each of them, or
For each of them. So yes, roll
And
per
then,
skill.
and then uncheck it so you can do it next time.
Yes. I think this leveling up period between each episode will allow you guys to ramp your skills up quicker than a normal Delta Green game. I also like the luck skill. I think that tonight's episodes was a little bit better with the rolls.
How do you get sanity back?
You would talk to a psychiatrist
I fucking
during
passed
your
my search check. God damn it.
during
Motherfucker.
your recovery period. We would talk about your bonds. If you used any of your lost sanity, so what you can do is you can deflect that sanity loss onto a bond. And when you take the sanity hit, you choose to deflect it. You then remove that from your bond score, depending on who you pick, and you also take a willpower hit. So your willpower goes down by 1. If you just take the sanity hit right now, we don't worry about recovering sanity until you can talk to a psychiatrist or a doctor to help you through your trauma. I would also like you each to add the other players as a bond, the other agents.
Is bond score charisma is 13? Is it the 13 or is it the times 565?
It's 13.
So we're now bonded together at our charisma levels.
Yes.
So, I don't recover my sanity without talking to someone,
Correct.
but I can talk to someone and recover sanity.
If you want to narratively talk about that right now, we can do that. Would you like to talk to a therapist?
Sure. I may have to kill him later, but that's fine.
That's exactly what's going on here. So,
That's exactly what Chad Nolan would say, though. He'd be like,
Yeah.
that person's life doesn't matter to me.
so the therapist, you can either go with a program supplied therapist, or you can go with a therapist you find on your own. So I need to know that first. Which route do you do?
When you say program supply, we're talking about my assassination agency, right?
Oh, well, we can go that route too. I forgot about that. So you have 3 options. Your assassination agency could provide one for you. Or
I
you
don't
can
think I
find
wanna
one.
do that. I think I'd have to kill a lot of people if I did that. I think I'm gonna have to find one. I
Okay.
want to find a quack who's incredibly discredited. Like, people already think this guy's batshit crazy. The
Okay.
guy who has the hair that says aliens. I want that guy as my therapist.
All right. So the next important question that I need answered is, when you talk to him, do you tell him the truth? Or do you get right on the line and just talk about how you're feeling now?
So, can I tell him the truth but say, I had a dream, and this dream is reoccurring and it's bothering me?
Nope. You have to say, I know aliens exist and I have the proof, or you can hedge it and be like, but that's not the same. It's all or nothing on this roll.
Fuck it, I'll just kill him later. I'll tell him.
All right. So you're going to tell him the truth?
Yeah.
All right. So you get a D12 back of sanity.
Oh, damn, I didn't need all that. I
It's
only
just
need
one D12.
I only need 3 points. What happens if I don't tell him the truth?
Oh, it's a D6, I think.
I'm
Or-
not going to tell
yeah,
him the truth yet. Because I'm going to need
Okay.
that later.
Yeah.
I only need 3 points. And I got 3
There, you got your
points.
3.
Oh,
All right. So yeah, you talk to this therapist. Go ahead, Gizik. Sorry.
Can I talk to the program supplied one? Like, I'm looking through all these papers, and then I look up at the used to be drunk our handler guy, and I go, and he sees that look in my eyes, and he's like, "Sir, we got a therapist you need to talk to." And I go, yes." And I'd like to go talk to that therapist because I need 8.
Okay. So in your case, you're going to be sent to, I think it's Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where there is a hospital that works with agents specifically. But you have to go there and put yourself in and tell them, what's going on. You will be there for a time, a matter of weeks. We'll go ahead and say, oh, it's just 1 week. All right. And then you get a D12 back. So roll your D12.
I get 4 back.
Okay. And you're now in the system.
I get like a card. So I'm gonna be back. I know it. I don't know what I got into. Should have said no. He said I could have left.
You were here on your own volition. You submitted yourself in. You could have left any time. You do feel better when you leave, but how does that week away from your family really treat you?
I'm not sure if I can tell them about the things that I'm seeing, which is why I had to go away. I mean,
Ooh, do you lie to them then?
not lie. I just I'm going to take a mental health week, and you guys all know that. Yeah, I mean, it's you've had a mental health week. Jeannie, you definitely have had. I'm just going to go on a retreat for a week, maybe 2 weeks. Oh no, it says it's a week, just a week-long retreat. I'll be back, but I also might be going to Twin Oaks for a new dig project. Yeah, so tell Ralph I said hi, and tell Jeb to send me that new track he's been working on. Whew.
I love it. Yes, that's what we need.
Bluegrass musicians talking about aliens.
Sturgill Simpson. Craven, how you feeling? Cool.
He's dead, Jim.
He's dead. I can't hear you.
What do you mean can't hear me?
Oh, now I can hear you. If you were talking before, I couldn't hear you.
I said I'm good. I'm down 1 sanity point. It's nothing to cry about.
Oh, okay.
That depends on how close your breaking point is.
Pretty close, but
How was your skill increase? Did you get any back?
Nope.
Damn. That sucks. Is it because you passed all your rolls anyway? And you only had like 1 fail?
1 fail, and that one it shouldn't have failed in the first place, so.
This is how we get the level ups, though.
Mhm.
All right, so what are you going to do on your 1 week of recovery period then? What are your bonds for the new guy? Your, the son?
The dad.
Just the dad? You don't have any other bonds?
So the book said that I get 2 bonds, but the easy chart there said I only got 1, so I took the 1.
Okay. All right, cool. Good deal. It's way past midnight. So if you guys are good, we'll call it here.
Next week,
And
Tell
we'll
them what's happening next week.
that's right. Next week we've got Edge of the Empire's finale, and it will be a fantastic adventure that hopefully all the party members live through and ride on to glory and a happy ending. And a week after that, we will, I guess, do the first official Delta Green episode. Does that sound right?
Yeah, we're going to go to Two Oaks, I think. If you guys are down for that.
Sounds great to me. And I'll see you all next time. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.